Live from Swain County Memorial Stadium in Boise State Field here at Swain County High School on a gorgeous Friday night. Welcome back to Swain High Maroon Devil football here live on the Maroon Devils Network. Hi, everybody. Gary Ayers along with the coach, Rod White, as we're looking out here is at one of the most beautiful backgrounds in all of high school football. We have a few clouds around, but in between the clouds, Coach, we have blue sky. So I think we're in for a good night of football.
It's absolutely wonderful. It's fall, and it's starting to feel it now, and I know it's not officially here, I think, until next week. But tonight, this afternoon, really looks and feels like fall. You see the sunshine over there on the knob, and the sun setting over here. It's pretty.
It really is. The field is in great shape. Of course, we've had a few showers here in the past couple of days, kind of spotty here and there. But the good thing is we were able to put together a football game. And looking around, COVID is such a big issue in high school football, Coach. Doing a little research, only six of all the Western North Carolina high school football teams, only 6 have avoided having their schedule affected by COVID, and that's a serious issue.
Yeah, we discussed this last week on here, Gary, about the mere fact that it's a shot in the dark whether you're going to have a ball game on the following Friday night.
It is.
And as we left out of here the other night, it was pretty much we didn't know. Everything was up in the air, and Coach Blankenship, he got on his horse, and he knew pretty much that the Mountain Heritage was in the same boat, that was going to be in the same boat. So immediately, I think it was by Saturday afternoon, this thing was set.
Wow. Well, I tell you, this is a quality football team coming in, talking about the Mountain Heritage Cougars coming down, if you will, from Burnsville, North Carolina. They have a good tradition up there. They're huge rivals with Mitchell High School, who played Andrews last week, if you happen to have maybe checked that game out. But they're a good football team. They're well coached, and we're going to have to play a really solid game if we expect to win, because these Cougars are real.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, and if somebody out there knows more about it than I do, but I don't ever remember playing against Mountain Heritage ever. We were never able to schedule them. No. This will be the first time.
Yes.
The first time event for these two programs, and so this is great. I mean, you hear about them. You may see them at a scrimmage like we did earlier in the year. You may see them on TV. You may get some film on them when you're getting ready to play common opponents. But to see these two teams on the field for the first time ever, that's pretty special.
It really is. Of course, our Maroon Devils have several state championships under our belt. Now, Mountain Heritage played for a state championship just a couple of years ago, as they're now part of that 1A, 2A, what they call West 42 Conference, and the teams in that conference are Madison High School. They're 2-1. Mountain Heritage coming in at 1-1. Mitchell, a very solid program. They're 2-2. We know how good Mitchell is. Drawn is 2-2. Owen is 1-2. Rosman, as you know, moved over to that conference, and Avery County is at the bottom right now at 0-4. Yep. But that's a very tough 1A, 2A league.
Yeah, when they made that combination, it was different. It was something that they had to do because of the geography of everything and the alignment of the schools and their enrollments, and so it's a tough league over there. And I mean, these guys they play, and they're going to, like you said, it wasn't too long ago they were in the hunt for a state championship. So it's going to be an interesting night.
It really is. I think we're looking at two quality football teams, and it's going to be a fun game here tonight. Also, before we really get cranking into football, as we get things underway here on the pregame show, we want to recognize again one of our outstanding alums, if you will, talking about Erin Jenkins. And I know Joe can get this tape ready to roll, because she really had a great award lately, the Edward R. Murrah Awards given to national student submissions, and Erin's feature took home the prize for excellence in video hard news. And it's really, it makes us proud, Rob, because she was part of the Maroon Devils network, and to see people like Erin go on to bigger and better things when they started right here, and they take that that love of media and just grow with it.
Yeah, I got to do an interview with her along with other coaches that Coach Dietz from here, Coach Patillo, and Coach Blankenship, and she had I don't know who gave her the questions to ask, but they were good ones. They were good. Oh, it was Coach Burrow. Okay,
I knew it.
I'm telling you what, she pinned a brother down about some questions now about coaching and about this program and everything, and it was very insightful. I really enjoyed doing it, and she did one heck of a job with it.
She's really smooth. Let's roll that tape, that segment there, Joe, about Erin and the great job Erin Jenkins that she's done here at Swain County High School.
Hey Maroon Nation, my name is Erin Jenkins and I'm an alumni of Swain High and also the Maroon Devils Network. The network you're watching right now helped me chase my dreams and get my start in broadcast journalism. From weekly interviews with Coach B to hosting game day specials and even getting to sit down with some of Swain High's greatest football legends.
History of the Maroon Machine.
All of things helped get me to WNCT 9 on your side in Greenville, North Carolina as an on-air news reporter. Right now, you can help other students just like me to chase their dreams by liking, subscribing, and sharing the Maroon Devils Network. As always, go Big Maroon!
Fans, welcome back. Again, congratulations to Erin Jenkins doing a great job. I think her dad just had a birthday a day or two ago, so they're good folks, and we're proud when we see these Maroon Devils go on and really excel in their chosen field, Coach.
Yeah, she's an exceptional young lady anyway. She's very bright, very energetic, and we had a lot of fun doing that interview. It was I got educated. I mean, I really did. I heard things that I thought I knew about until she got to talking about statistics and stuff, and she knocked me completely off course. I had no idea.
Well, she had, from what I can understand, a good research assistant that came up with a lot of that information.
Yes.
Talking about some other activities going on here at Swain County High School, there's going to be a big cross-country meet coming up tomorrow around 9 a.m. is when it's going to be starting up at Katua. As if you're old like Coach White and me, it's up at Ferguson Field up there, the old dairy farm when it used to be many, many years ago, but now it's Katua, and that's where they run the cross-country meets, and that's going to be tomorrow around 9 a.m. Both the middle school and varsity. Girls and boys are going to be competing. Several teams are going to be up there. And, Coach, I'll tell you, our cross-country teams have been really good.
I have no idea how those young people do that. So it's scary to watch because, I mean, that's an endurance. And my endurance was always in question a little bit anyway when I was running, doing anything. You know, I was not – you got to love to do that in order to be a part of that program.
You got to put in a lot of time, and when you bring home a state championship like we have here at Swain County High School, that says a lot. And from what I can understand, both the boys and girls really have some young athletes who are really going to be good.
Oh yeah, and it's an outstanding thing to watch, and the dedication and determination takes just about as much as anything I've ever seen.
It really does. Now, talking about the COVID situation, the Andrews at Brevard game was canceled. Now, we do understand from folks at Robbinsville, they are now ready to play if they can find a game. Right now, they don't have a game, but Robbinsville has really, really suffered from COVID in the past few weeks, but now they are ready to go. So there have been a couple of COVID cancellations that, we've had to deal with. For example, North Buncombe, our Franklin game got moved back a week, but it's really bizarre when so many teams are affected by COVID.
Yeah, and nobody saw this coming, really. I mean, you can't foresee the future, but now that it's here, it's my hat's off to the folks who are dealing with this scheduling thing. That's a nightmare anyway. When you're trying to put it together before the season ever starts, it takes a whole year to do it and get contracts signed and get all this stuff set up right. But then when you throw COVID into the mix, it's a toss-up.
It really, really is. And as people watching and listening, as watching on the screen, they can see our Maroon Devil band come in. We want to take just a moment and send our prayers and our thoughts and our heartfelt wishes out to Murphy and Hayesville High School. Just a few days ago, Miss Jennifer Gibson, the Hayesville High School band director, passed away. And just yesterday, the Murphy High School band director, Mr. Jason Dickert, passed away, and it's just really a sad thing to see two of our band directors in this conference pass away just a few days apart.
And it's unheard of, basically. I mean, you hear of tragedies and you hear of things happening every year among your conference members and things like that. There's always a player or somebody who gets in an accident or something. But buddy, when you lose two band directors at two outstanding schools like that, then yeah, that's unheard of.
It's really, really tough. And again, all of our Maroon Devil Nation want to send out our prayers and our well wishes to the family of Jason Dickert of Murphy High and Jennifer Gibson of Hayesville High School for their loss, because I know we get together on Friday night on the football field and we try to kill each other in a lot of sports, but when it all comes down to it, we're all in this conference and we've kind of got each other's back.
We do, and in anybody's defense about this conference, I mean, all you have to do is look at the number of not just football championships, but all kinds of championships that come out of this conference. This conference is feared. All you have to do is go into some other places where there's 1A and 2A schools, and they know who you are.
Absolutely.
And they know where this conference is, and they're a little bit intimidated by it.
Oh, there's no question. As you mentioned, cross-country championships recently in the 1A. You look over at for example, Hayesville High School, they've got that outstanding basketball state championship run. And, hey, all you have to do is mention Swain High, Robbinsville High, Murphy High when it comes to football, and people know where we're coming from.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions that people ask you when you move around. You meet people who are not from here, and they say, how does that work? How do y'all continually get these championships into the counties, into your conference, and these schools are so small? And that's a good question. I think it just has to do with what the expectations are for athletes at these schools, and it's not that way everywhere you go. You realize that when you go out and you work with some other people in other places, the expectation's just not there.
You're right. And Coach, you've said it before. As a matter of fact, I remember a speech you made one time called "We're Mountain."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's what a lot of it is.
Yeah, a young man called me just not too long ago, and he had that recorded on his phone. And he played it to me, and I kind of got excited about myself.
It really is. Fans, let's take a break as we have the prayer and the national anthem coming up right here.
Two fine folks who passed away this week. Thank you. And now our invocation presenter tonight is Maggie Brindle, a senior here at Swain High. Her parents are Ronnie and Carrie Brindle. Siblings include Anna Williamson, sister Nancy Jenkins of the Alarka community. She attends Mount Vernon Free-Will Baptist Church. For activities here at Swain High, for 2 years she served as a cheerleader, and for 4 years she has been varsity cheerleader. She's a Youth Century Scholar. She's active in her church choir, other church activities. Her future plans include attending Western Carolina University to pursue a teaching degree in inclusive education. Our invitation tonight by Miss Maggie Brandon.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you tonight asking that you look over each player, coach, cheerleader, referee, band member, and band. Please let all that is done here tonight be in friendly competition and honor of you. I pray that each person that has a safe trip home. Most of all, I thank you for your gift of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
For many decades, the traditions of courtesy, patriotism, and discipline have been a part of the culture of the western North Carolina mountains and Swain County. If you will now face the northeast end of the stadium, turn your attention to the American flag, we will pay tribute to this great nation of ours and all the freedoms it represents. We ask everyone in attendance to remove hats and to stand at attention with true reverence, and that all talking and other distractions cease while the Swain County High School Marching Band plays our national anthem. Thank you.
Are you guys there? Okay, stand by. Okay, you're live. You're back.
Fans, welcome back. Our Swain County High School Marching Band with the playing of the national anthem. And, Coach, you know, with so much going on around the country, and there are a lot of places, sad to say, that really don't have the respect maybe that they should for the American flag and just America in general. But when you look down here at the people in the audience and you see all the men standing with their hats off, and you see our military veterans with that salute looking at that flag, and I tell you, it does my heart good.
I tell you, there's not many places left, and I'm just glad that we are in one of them that still show respect for what this country stands for.
Amen, no doubt about it. Right now, let's take a break and let's recognize our sponsors who bring you Maroon Devil football here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Fans are continuing literally to come into the stadium here at Swain County Memorial Stadium in Boys Dietz Field. As we look down here, we see a few empty seats here, Coach, but a lot of people still making their way into the stadium here as it's just a good night to come out and watch football.
Yeah, everybody's been kind of waiting for that sun to go down because it gets pretty hot here, and now it's in behind the clouds and dropping in behind the ridge over here, and folks like to come on in and sit down after that then, so I don't blame them for waiting it out just a little bit because in this press box, it's like a giant oven anyway.
It gets kind of warm. Let's talk about those Mountain Heritage Cougars. They're coached by Coach Joey Robinson, who's been coaching about 27 years. He's a veteran, kind of like our head coach, of course, Neil Blankenship, so a well-known coach around Western North Carolina. This is a team that runs the football. They've played 2 games. They're 1-1. They beat Irwin 28-21. They lost to Pisgah, though. Couldn't get the offense going as they lost that one 19-2, but a lot of people are going to lose to Pisgah this year.
Yeah.
Coach, they run the football averaging 275 yards a game on the ground, only 55 in the air, so they're a run-first football team.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Just by talking, I was very ignorant about what they did over there. I've been getting out my information from you and Coach Burrell and a little bit from some of the coaching staff about what these folks do. And they are content with that 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Now they run it out of a shotgun type set or pistol set, whichever one you want to call it, and they do a good job of it by running. They're downhill. They do very little side to side. They will try to outrun you side to side, but they know their bread and butter is coming right at you and trying to hit the seams. And when they do throw it, everything pretty much is play action to them. They're going to fake a run on you before they throw it. And they throw a lot of underneath stuff and screens out wide, which we saw when we played Franklin. It's just one of those things that they get that ball outside and just try to get their athletes out there one-on-one.
So outstanding football team, and they've been affected by COVID. I know Mountain Heritage has lost 2 games because of COVID, so everybody has been affected again except 6 football teams here in the mountains. But their offense is really geared by an outstanding quarterback, Gabe Silvers. He is a 5'10", 185-pound senior. He's their leading rusher, 40 carries on the year, 259 yards on the ground, 6.5 yards a carry, and he's also their passer, 4 of 10 passing, 55 yards. And he's a good defensive player, 1 interception, and he actually punts. So this is a kid that doesn't come off the field.
No, he's going to be out there doing it all for him. And when you got a horse like him, you got to ride him, And then so you utilize him as much as you can. If you got to spare him anywhere, maybe on special teams. But if he's your punter, he's a double threat. That was always my point many times. If we had a quarterback that could punt it all, or a running back, I wanted the ball in their hands simply because they're dangerous back there. You can do different things. You can do different. You can fake it in many different ways, and you can throw it or you can run it. So it's one of those things that you got to be on your toes when they have that caliber athlete back there punting it.
And that reminds me of Jeff Marr, so he could do that.
Yeah.
Great quarterback and outstanding punter.
And we had a lot of different things we could do with him in that. I mean, he'd go through the full motion almost of bringing his foot up to hit that football, and then he'd throw it. And you could sucker people like that all night long.
Don't tell Jeff Moore I was bragging on him.
No, we can't brag on it too much. Lord of mercy.
But he was outstanding. Fans, we're getting closer to kickoff time. Our guys are going to be coming on the field here in just a moment. We're going to take one more break down the line and recognize our sponsors, and we'll be back. So stay with us. Kickoff time coming up in 5 minutes here on the Maroon Devils Network. Welcome back. Here he is along with the coach Rod White with you here on a Friday night from Swain County High School. As Coach, we only have this one and then one next week in non-conference play. We're going to be going over to King's Academy over near Seymour, Tennessee next Friday, and that's COVID permitting because, as we know, every week nothing is written in stone until basically Friday.
That's right.
So then, coming up on October 1st, we start off conference play at Robbinsville. So tonight and one more non-conference. And as you know, our conference is a little smaller. So now we only have 5 conference games. It's kind of hard to believe.
Exactly. It's kind of a throwback. You know, it really is to some times that when, lifetime. That's what will happen to the Smoky Mountain Conference.
Well, we're already going to see it over in Cherokee County probably in the next 3 or 4 years. From what we can understand, looks like they're going to be consolidating with, probably Murphy and Andrews and Hiawassee Dam. So yeah, I mean, a lot of it's about the financial aspect of having to build new schools because we know how many millions of dollars that takes as we see our Maroon Devils come onto the field. But it does kind of take away from your small town, small school, your hometown school mentality and tradition.
Exactly, and it's just practical though that from a standpoint of educating these young people. You build these bigger schools, you combine them, and in the long run, you spend money, but in the long run, you're going to end up saving money. The problem being, though, the amount of travel. They're trying to get that back under control because, as we all know, it's huge.
It really, really is. And Murphy's probably going to find that out when they do consolidate and have to probably join a new conference. But talking about our Maroon Devils coming in, we've had a good start, Coach. I think, we can, in my mind, just forget about football that was in the spring because we are just such a different team right now with a different attitude, a different mentality. Nothing against anybody at all, but this team comes out ready to play every Friday night.
Yeah, and
we have more numbers.
That's right. And last Friday night we weren't flat the first half. Franklin was playing us off our feet. They really were. It was one of those things that they really showed out in that first half. We made some adjustments, and in the second half, we started climbing back into the thing, and we're knocking on the door. A couple of inopportune turnovers took it away from us, but the spirit of them fighting back, we hadn't seen that in a little while, and that gave me a lot of hope for this group of young men right here. But I hope it stays. I hope that's what they build on right now, and after talking to some of these young men. That's exactly what they plan on doing.
And that's big. Now, we got so many guys hurt tonight. Let me just read the injured players. Donovan Groenwald, who was such a great part of this team offensively and defensively, not playing. Gage Jones is out tonight. Braylon James is out. George Hyatt is out. Nsay Ufert is out. Zach Torres is hurt. Leland Luquire is out, one of our big linemen. Also, Marcus Young is out. So we've got a bunch of kids on the sideline here, not dressed out, not playing.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, I mean, everything's a little different, and sometimes it has to do with injuries. Sometimes it has to do with illness. Sometimes it has to do with sometimes you even have to discipline players by doing that. But I don't know the case. I have no idea what the instances are. But we're down a few tonight. But that's one reason why Coach Blankenship and his staff's been trying to play as many young people as they can early in these first ball games that we've had to get them ready down the stretch.
Here we go. Gavin Lanning is going to be kicking off, and back deep is going to be Colby Capps. Very good kickoff return man. He's returned 8 this year, averaging almost 16 yards per return. He's had a long of 26. This is going to be high and short, though, taken at the 23 and dropped. Mountain Heritage gets on it, I think, at the 29-yard line.
It's going to be close. I believe he went over the top.
Yep, number 10 got it.
We had a chance to get it. Boy, we almost had that thing.
And that number 10 looks like 18. That's Caleb Cannon. jumped on that football, but we had a guy right there with his hand on it.
Yeah, and that was good. You know, you don't kick it to somebody like that, the returner they got back there. That's you can, but you better have a lot of confidence in your. And it's not saying we don't have confidence in our kickoff team, but why shoot yourself in the foot to begin with? Put that thing up in the air, let somebody else handle it, and have a shot like we did right there.
No doubt about it. Here we go. Gabe Silvers is going to be the quarterback. He's going to be right back there in the shotgun with one running back beside him. Got a double wing set here as they do a little misdirection handoff, and it goes nowhere. There's some good defense.
What you see right there is the basis of these shotgun trap teams. They pull the guard and the tackle both from one side and try to kick out and lead up on the backside. They run a play fake, and what you can't get caught doing is putting your eyes in that backfield. And Coach, that was well played right there because nobody's eyes was in that backfield. They saw those pulling linemen. You even get your free safety reading those pulling linemen. He will tell you what they're doing.
1 yard loss, second down, 11 to go here, or 1 yard gain rather, second and 9.
Double wing.
Here they go again.
That's an isolation play right at that linebacker, and they ran it at right at the man they shouldn't probably run it at, Carson Taylor, because if anybody's seen some isolation plays this year, he's already seen 2 gamefuls of them.
And Carson Taylor is our leading tackler with 12 tackles on the season.
Yeah.
And besides being an outstanding running back, now third down, and they line up and they don't mess around. They got a wing on the left side now again in the shotgun. Twins on the left side. Quarterback looks to the sideline.
Got movement by the tight end right here. I think they were trying to not do a mock count. They were just trying to get set up, and he may have been trying to change the play. They ran trips out there, and I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the wide side of the field tonight like we did against Franklin, because it was so obvious in the first 2 series what Franklin was up to with that, getting their athletes out there on 2/3 of the field. Mitchell, from what I understand, they're not really oriented to that. They'll put receivers wherever they feel like they want to, but they're still going to, and they'll attempt to throw it some, but they're going to try to run it anywhere they can.
Yeah, Franklin a little more athletic, I think.
Yes.
Third down and now 10 after that 5-yard penalty. Quarterback back in the gun. He has time, now sets up the screen. Got it complete out to the 35, out to the 40, and that's going to be a big first down play before coming up on the tackle is going to be Josh Collins.
Yeah, that's an underneath screen, and all they were doing is they just punched their offensive lineman out to the side with their hands and let them come, let them pour in there, and the outside receiver making an inside cut to catch the football and get turned upfield behind those offensive linemen.
Now they've got a number 8. We don't have a number 8 on our roster for Mountain Heritage. Oh, it's going to be number 6. Okay, that's going to be Jace Burleson. He's been the guy. He's the guy that caught that and got the big first down for Mountain Heritage. So now first down and 10 for Jace as they line him up, double backs, and the quarterback's going to keep it all the way. And he almost broke a tackle, but Carson hung on.
Yeah, and then there again, they're just trying to get you to stick your eyes back there and go with that first play fake. Carson had it read good. He was just a little slow getting in the alley. I don't think that'll happen to him much more. He was just a little slow finding that alley to get up into to make that tackle.
And, Coach, they're not slow about getting up to the line of scrimmage. They get right back up there, no huddle. They look to the sideline for the play call, and then the quarterback calls it at the line of scrimmage.
Right. They get their formations from before just as soon as they get up off the ground, and then they move right into their offense.
Silvers again, the quarterback back in the gun, second down. He's going to run to the right side, tries to find a hole, but in that hole is a good defensive charge over there leading the way. That looked like as they all get up out of the stack.
Well, Nathan Bogdanovich, he was the first. He made the first contact right there, and Carson Taylor come over the top to clean it up. But he was right where he needed to be. What I liked about that, his shoulders were square, and he did not take a shot at him. He let that quarterback come on to him and made the play.
And Nathan is our second leading tackler. He has 11 tackles on the year. He's right behind Carson Taylor. So, hey, you get both those guys after you, they're going to put some pads on you.
Yeah. As long as you've got defensive linemen and linebackers leading you in tackles,
That's good.
That's a good thing. You don't want that secondary. Great play right there now.
3rd down and 4. Their guy, Jacob McCool, running into trouble and a loss on the play. Leading the charge inside there is big number 74, Nolan Fisher.
Coach Stevenson, defensive coordinator, he put a move on them right then. He gave them a dose of medicine that we haven't seen much. He took an outside defender and ran him inside, and that really, when they pulled that guard and tackle, that really messed them up.
He was in there along with Bogdanovich again. 4th down now, and they are in punt formation. And
you'll notice we're staying in our field defense. This is smart on Coach Blankenship and Coach Stevenson's part. If you notice, we didn't line up in a return formation for that reason right there.
And the quarterback is the punter, as we mentioned. Back there to return, of course, for the Maroon Devils is Cooper Hyde, and no chance of a return. Nice punt over there by Gabe Silvers, the quarterback.
Yeah, he put that up in the air, and it hung up there, and that was a wise decision. You can't hardly feel it. You could fair catch that ball, but you stand a chance of running into one of your own players and causing a big fiasco.
Oh, no doubt. Want to say thanks to all our camera people up top. We're talking about Joe Holt, Emma Dingle, and one Kent Maxey. They're all up on top of the press box here tonight, working hard, giving you some different camera shots here in the first quarter with 7:54 to play and a 0-0 score as our Maroon Devils and quarterback now under center, Gabe Lillard, leading us out with the split backs. And here we go, just right up the A-gap, Coach, across the 20 for a short gain.
Yeah, they're Mountain Heritage, I misspoke a minute ago. I said Mitchell. They just rolled off my tongue. I apologize.
They're pretty close together.
Yeah, they're right up there together, but I didn't mean to. I apologize to the folks from Mountain Heritage for saying that, because there may not be any love lost there between them.
They're big rivals.
I apologize for that. I was just
they're big rivals.
I rattled it off. I like the front that Mountain Heritage is playing right here is what we refer to as a wolf front.
Yep,
it's a three-man front, and it's a.
Here comes Carson Taylor breaking a tackle out across the 30. It's going to be a 1st down and 10. He runs over one of the referees over there before coming up on the tackle over there. Is going to be Jace Burleson, but a good second effort by Carson.
Yes, sir, and that gets 1st down going for us right here. We're running the football right at them. The more we run it against this bunch, the easier it's going to be to throw it when we decide to throw it. I think Coach Blankenship will wait till it's 2nd and short, and then he may just air one out. We'll look for it.
Twins on the left side. Cooper goes in motion now to the right side, the wide side of the field.
Outside
and we hand off. There's a great run by Carson out across the 40. That's a pickup of about 8 yards.
It really wasn't an outside veer. That's kind of a load option. Coach Blankenship, he knows how to block that wolf front because we run it to ourselves, and he knew don't try to block down on that because that linebacker ends up making the tackle. Block the linebacker, leave the defensive lineman standing.
And that's exactly what happened. Outstanding play. This time we go Twins on the wide side over on the right side with 6.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score.
Now they switch to a 4-front. They're playing with one deep safety, and that's going to haunt them in a little bit. But they're trying to put a stop to this bloodletting that Carson's putting on them right here, running that football.
And he runs to the left side, away from the tight end, if you will, as he gets another solid gain, and that's going to be just short of the 1st down.
Right.
Now, wait a minute. I think we got it.
We did get it.
Yeah, there we go.
Now they're moving it.
Yeah, they're a little slow on the uptake over there.
But, we refer to always, I don't know if in football terms somebody calls it the weak side because it is away from the tight end. It's not that your players are weak on that side. It's just
the weak side.
That's away from the tight end.
And here we line up in the same set.
Now
and here comes the quarterback.
Yep.
He flips it back in the backfield, but boy, their player is right there on the play. And talking about Adam Ledford, a 6'4" junior on the tackle for a loss.
And that's one of those plays that you run to say, okay, we've got this, and you run it downhill, Adam. That's a speed option. That's all it is. You get the football and you run downhill with it, and either keep it or pitch it.
There's
not any
Josh
special
Collins.
blocking to it. Yeah.
And he didn't have a whole lot of help. 2nd down now, 11 for the Maroon Devils. We lost one with 5:40 to play first quarter. Maroon Devils nearing midfield at the 43-yard line. Gabe under center again, wants to throw, looks one way, rolls the other way, still looking, he's in trouble. He's going to tuck it and run, has a 1st down, down near the 47-yard line of Mountain Heritage.
He needed that. He needed to be able to realize that he can break that thing out of there. I don't know if they're going to give us a spot or not. I hope they do, but it's pretty close. Yep, he's moving the stick, so it is a 1st down.
Yep, we got it.
But yeah, his receivers were covered. He did the smart thing. He took that ball out there where he knew he could run in some of that open ground to the wide side of the field and found that first down yardage.
Gabe, a junior, 5'11", 175 pounds, coming into this game hitting 17 of 37, passing 46% for 262 yards. First down, Mountain Heritage offside.
Got him pulled off. That's a great move. Crazy count, we used to call it. You get them out there and get the defense in a rhythm. You give them that same rhythm and don't snap the football.
That'll move it down to the 41-yard line now, first down and 5. And as you mentioned, Coach, you almost have a free down here. We might look for something in the air the next couple of plays.
This might be it. This is within range, and it wouldn't hurt my feelings a bit to see them try to break one off right now in downfield.
Cooper out to the left, out to the right side as Cameron Blankenship. Split backs right behind Gabe Lillard, who's adjusting his knee pads, and now he's under center ready to go against this three-man front from Mountain Heritage. Flips it out left side. There's Cooper with a catch. He dropped the ball, and Mountain Heritage might have it at the 41-yard line. There was contact.
Yeah, and the ball got slapped out right there. Just a matter if he got back on it.
And no official.
There it is.
Fumble, and we lose it.
Yeah, well,
so
I hate that happened, but that wasn't a bad play call. It thrown out here to a good receiver in open field, and then he's going to try to make a move with the football, and it just got knocked out. You don't want that to happen, and there's nobody going to beat him up any more over it than himself. So.
Yeah, that's part of football.
It is, and you just got to learn to really tuck that thing away and be more conscious of it, and he knows that right now, and he just needs to make sure that doesn't affect anything else in the ball game.
First down now for the Cougars of Mountain Heritage High School out of that 1A, 2A West 42 conference. A lot of teams up there in the Burnsville area. Mitchell and Mountain Heritage kind of the top dogs. This time they run to the left side, almost a sweep, and still on his feet. Out to the 47-yard line, a 6-yard pickup that time for Jace Burleson, the senior.
Yeah, that's the first play really outside the tackles we've seen him try to get to, and he tried to turn that into a speed sweep and picked up good yardage on it.
Second down now. They're going to need about almost 5 to go with 4:15 to play. First quarter, no score. So far, the Cougars haven't been inside Maroon Devil territory. Let's see if we can keep them on this side of the 50.
And if folks at home want to pay real close attention, watch these offensive linemen, see which way they move. You see the guard and tackle going back, quarterback keeps it, and that was a quarterback trap. And if you want to see what I'm talking about or pointing out to you, just watch the movement of those offensive linemen, and that will tell you a whole lot about what's fixing to happen. They do throw the ball off of a fake like that. I know that all these teams that run this counter double trap things, they have that play.
And those linemen were leaning to the left side all the way on that particular set. First down now for the Cougars. Their first entry into Maroon Devil territory at the 41-yard or 46-yard line. First and 10 at the 46. Again, out of the shotgun. Got a wing both ways. Fumble on the snap, but he picked it up and handed it off, and they get a couple of yards.
Now, if you were watching it then, if you watch those offensive linemen's helmets, that's called wedge blocking. We run the same thing in short yardage situations, but I think right here all they were trying to do is get him the ball and get him up in a seam, and there was no special blocking to it. They came off the ball. They try to double every down lineman you got and make a linebacker come and make the play.
And on that play, Coach, I think their timing was off a little bit because the snap came back rolling on the ground to the quarterback.
Yeah, that's a danger when you take it out of the shotgun every snap or in that area. That can happen to you.
So now double wings again for the Heritage Cougars. Second down and 9.
All right, there's a single trap with a lead block.
Misdirection. Carson Taylor blew it up. Hole.
No, it's not there. And when you're seeing it as well as some of our defensive linemen are seeing, I mean, they've hurt us with a couple of plays, but they're not able. That's one of their put-away plays. But and trust me on this, folks. Sitting and looking at it on the monitor or looking at it on your computer screen or TV, it's a whole lot easier to sit up here and see that movement of that offensive line than it is on that field. On the field level, you got to see it quick and react quickly.
Yeah, and that's where the game is won and lost, right there on that line of scrimmage.
Exactly.
Third down now. The Cougars too wide to the left side, the wide side of the field. He's rolling that way, looking to throw. Got a man, and into zone coverage. Looked like it's going to be knocked away. Good play down there again by Cooper Hyatt.
Good bracket coverage right there by that by the walk back safety in the corner, playing over the top and underneath.
And they had him covered, and he tried to slip it in there between them, and that's a tough pass.
It is. It's very difficult to do. And here they're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down. Either that or they'll have some kind of quick kick because he is the punter.
4th down and 8 now. He looks to the sideline. The Maroon Devils have got to be on our toes here with under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter.
He's going to back up and punt it now.
Yep, punt formation now. And he just kind of pooches it up, not real high, but it's going to roll forever because it's an end-over-end punt.
Yep.
And it's going to be blown dead down near the 12-yard line where we'll get it back with no score here in the first quarter. And fans, we've got a lot of football and two good teams going head-to-head.
Yeah, this is going to be it's an interesting matchup. They're kind of trying to feel each other out right now. And as this thing starts going, Coach McMahon, the offensive coordinator, he'll start feeling it out a little bit more. They've gone away from that 3 front a whole lot now. They may come back to it right here.
Yep,
they're still playing. Yeah, because there he goes getting wide in formation.
Here comes Carson again around the right side. No, that's going to be again Josh Collins on the carry number 3. But boy, he again. No room to run.
Not much there, and there's so many things they can do out of that 3 front to take away a whole lot of our veer game, and it becomes a guessing game. They slant it, they loop it. That's one of the reasons I really liked it when I was still coaching. Once we put that thing in, our kids really liked it, and we could adjust a whole lot out of it. And that's pretty much what Mountain Heritage is trying to do.
Oh, no doubt. Conrad Henderson, the big right tackle over there, as he's got his man under control, and we throw it in the seam. There's Cameron Blankenship with the catch and a penalty flag down. That's either a horse collar or a face mask.
Yeah, I think he horse collared him. I couldn't see from here whether he got him by the face mask. And when I raise enough money and get the money to Joe, we'll have our instant replay back, and we can determine that. It was a face mask.
Yeah, he really came down at a weird angle, so you could tell it was shoulder pads or face mask. He had him by.
Cameron jumped up, though. He's all right. That could have really hurt.
Oh, yeah. That's a dangerous way to tackle somebody is grabbing their face mask.
Yes.
I mean, you can really mess up their neck. And almost the same, not as bad, but, horse collars are dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one reason they put that rule in. Used to, there was no such thing as a horse collar tackle. If you got behind him and grabbed him by the shoulder pads, you could snatch him down.
So now I got a whistle on the field after they mark off the penalty as 1st down and 10. Maroon Devils with 1 minute to play.
This will be a blood. Somebody's got a little blood on them. Anytime that happens, they have to come off and get it patched up and get a.
That's Ben Payne.
Get another player out there. And
Matthew Ferguson coming in for him.
Yeah.
And we're a little short on linemen. As we mentioned, Braylon James is out. George Hyatt's out. Insay Uford is out. Zach Torres, L.D. Luquire, Marcus Young. We got a bunch of linemen down here on the sideline in street clothes.
Yeah, it's hard on you, but it's an opportunity, non-conference game, to throw some other young people in there.
Split backs. Here we go. Handing off to the right side.
Yeah.
Right up that A gap, and it's going to be Carson for a short gain. Out to the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd down now, and we may have time for a play in the first quarter, or the clock may just run out. So we got plenty of time. The play clock is not started. But looks like our guys are going to be content just to go to the second quarter and let this run out. So while the clock runs out here in the first quarter, 0-0 score, we're going to recognize all our sponsors, and we'll be back to get the second quarter underway here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. One quarter gone, and we're starting all over. 0-0. Goose eggs on the scoreboard here, Coach, with both teams, I think, playing some good defense. And as you mentioned, a little chess match going on, trying to figure out what we can do. They're trying to do the same thing. We got two veteran coaches and two good football teams.
Yeah, we do. And with second and 8 right here, we'll see what. There's a quick move by the quarterback.
There he goes, left side, breaks a tackle, still
There
going down the left side. Gabe to the 40, 35, 30. He's got a foot race, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone. That's going to go about 55 yards unless there's a flag, and I don't see one.
I don't see one, but after a broken run like that, you got to pay close attention.
Yes.
This play right here was simply designed to make it look veer one way and let him run out the backside with that football. And I will use the term wide side of the field because he's got the wheels to do it with, and you got to get him out there where he can motor like that.
And when he broke that second tackle, he got his legs going.
Yeah, and that's all on him. That's an
play.
Athlete making a play.
And there's the PAT. It's going to be up and good by Gavin Lanning, who's had a good season kicking those. He's now 10 of 11 on his point after touchdown conversions now with 11:49 to play. And, Coach, that's going to give us a little pep on our step on offense. And, I believe it really helps your defense as well.
Oh, it does. I mean, the more pressure you put on them offensively to put them in a bind where it's that old Rosman thing. They didn't care if they scored 14 points. They wanted to hang on to the football, burn the clock up, and make you have to score 21 points and play great defense. And it helps. It helps your D because you get desperate when you get behind offensively. And
that's when you make mistakes.
That's when you start making mistakes. Is when you get desperate. We weren't desperate against Franklin. We just came out and played better, and they got a little bit flat-footed on us, and not taking anything away from Franklin, but we started putting it on them pretty good then in the second half.
That's two physical football teams.
Oh yes. There's a lot of rocking and rolling out there, and it's going to be that way before tonight's over too. They're just getting started real good.
So now we're going to be kicking it back, and again, back to return is a dangerous return man back there. We were talking about Colby Capps. He's returned 8 of them, averaging about 16 yards per return. He's going to be back inside the 10, and we're going to kick it toward the left side, and it's going to be taken by an up man at the 18, 25, 30.
Boom.
That ball is loose and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, they both those players may be dinged a little bit.
Well, that was number 2.
That was a shot.
John Parton just hit him head on.
And the young man actually, it looked like he saw him coming, but I would have made some kind of move, but he didn't, and John knocked him out of there.
He did.
I'm glad both of them got up. He may be a little bit, he's moving that shoulder around down there a little bit, but he put a pop on him. He sure did. Yeah, he's trying to get his breath back down there now.
That was a heck of a hit.
That was
both
a
ways.
lick, yes sir.
So now Mountain Heritage first down and 10, just underway second quarter. Maroon Devils have scored to take a 7-0 lead as they line them up with a wing on the right out of the shotgun, handing off, and they run to the left side and getting some blocking in the open field. Nice run out to the 40-yard line, first down Cougars.
Yeah, they changed it up a little bit there. Instead of pulling the guard and the tackle from the same side, they pulled both guards, and this threw for a little bit of a loop. I think what they're looking at is it allows them to block it better on the edge where they were trying to run, because it's a kick-out block and a lead-up, and everybody in the country that runs any type of power running game has that type of play. And you can use an offensive line, a guard to do it. You can use a guard and tackle to do it. You can use a guard and a running back to do it. But it's basically the same principle.
So now the Cougars with a first down at the 40-yard line at 11 minutes to play in the first half.
Let's watch the heads of the offensive line.
They're pulling this time, and we got a penalty flag though. Somebody moved.
Yeah.
So we got a false start over here against the Cougars.
Yep.
So they'll back up 5. And, Coach, next week, again, I always say this every week, COVID permitting, we're going to be going over to Seymour, Tennessee to take on the folks over there at King's Academy. And they're 2 and they are actually 3-2 on the season. So they've already played 5 football games.
Oh yeah, they've got it rolling over there. It seems like they've not been affected as much by the COVID.
You're right.
And not knowing anything about a team, I know absolutely nothing about them.
not a thing. They're a private Christian school is about all I know. But they like their football. Here comes a sweep around the right side, and the fullback is still on his feet out across the 40-yard line. That's going to be number 45. That's Colby Capps, their return man.
Right.
And he's a sophomore.
Yeah, they're changing it up in the running game right here, right now. They're trying to get a little bit more to the edge. They're doing a good job inside, getting us blocked sometimes, but we've got to do a better job of getting off those blocks.
That's it.
And using our hands a little bit more. And I know that's one thing that Coach Stevenson has really been stressing.
You know, we're talking about Mitchell and Mountain Heritage, a huge rivalry up there. Travis Pittman up there at Mitchell High School. We played them a couple of years ago, as you remember, in the state playoffs. Great tradition there, but boy, Mountain Heritage and Mitchell is kind of like Swain and Murphy.
Yeah,
they get after it.
Evidently, they go after each other. And there again, I don't want anybody mad at me from Mountain Heritage for saying Mitchell. It just rolled off my tongue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's Mountaineers and then there's Cougars.
Yeah. And my wife can tell you something come out sometimes. I don't know what I'm talking about. She tells me that daily.
Fans, we have a timeout on the field. 9:51 to play. We lead 7-0 over Mountain Heritage. Stay with us. We'll be back after we recognize our sponsors here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Telestrator.
Yes, welcome back. Second down now, 9:51 to play. We were just going over our Christmas list here, and I think Coach Rod White's wish is a telestrator.
Yeah, telestrator and instant replay. And Joe Holt said I couldn't have it because we'd never get to the next play. I'd be drawing too much.
and Joe's a pretty sharp guy. Here we go. Double wings for the Cougars now. Second down and 8 as their quarterback has been back in the gun all night long. Nothing under center here for the Cougars as they hand off. And, we almost got him in the backfield, but he gets away out to the 44-yard line. Back there was big Nolan Fisher. He got a big paw on him, but he slipped away.
If there's any former Maroon Devil players watching how we got after the football then, I mean, we had an opportunity in the backfield, but gang tackling is something that, boy, it's a dying art. And when you see 3 and 4 and 5 Maroon helmets getting to that point of attack and converging that quick at the same time, that's a beautiful thing. In my book, that's a beautiful thing.
That's sweet, isn't it?
Oh, Lord, I've got pictures at home of 7, 8, and 9 helmets right at the point of attack, just swarming somebody, and it makes you feel good about what you did.
And when they do that, the ball carrier has no chance. Zero.
And it gets a little intimidating, too, when that many helmets are making contact with you and shoulder pads and everything else.
It hurts, doesn't it?
Oh, it leaves a mark.
Third down now. The Cougars going to run the quarterback. This time they run right into a bunch of traffic at the 45-yard line. A 2-yard gain, 4th down and 5 coming up.
I hope people actually saw what happened right there. That is as loaded a play as you could have for that quarterback. He had a pulling guard and 2 backs leading him up in there to our linebacker level, and we still made the play right there. Now that's getting it done defensively.
We clogged the hole, didn't we?
You sure did, and that's not an easy thing to do every time.
Got a whistle now as Gabe Silver's got the snap. They're getting ready to punt it away. As dropping back deep is Cooper Hyatt.
Yeah, and it looks like Luke Sutton's got a blood replacement right here. He's got some on his elbow right here. And so Carrie Powell will take care of that as promptly as she can.
Yep.
Meanwhile, do a little substituting there and get people on the field.
Now we're ready to go. 4th down and 5. Good snap. Back to Silvers. Nice punt. Cooper back, takes it at the 25, has a couple of blockers out to the 30, and he's going to be knocked down at the 30-yard line, out of bounds over here on the Maroon Devil sideline. But Coach,
I'm glad he was able to handle that one, because that had to move on it. Like if it hit the ground, it was going to roll down to about the 5 and die right there. So he did a very smart thing, and he got the ball, and he got to the edge and got what he could.
That's it. Good return. So now 8:08 to play, second quarter, 7-0 Maroon Devils now against the Cougars of Mountain Heritage High School out of the 1A, 2A West 42 Conference. Don't forget now, coming up tomorrow up at Katua Field, or Ferguson Field, if you will, up at Governor's Island. Cross-country meet tomorrow starting around 9, middle school and varsity, boys and girls. Several teams are going to be there for a big cross-country meet tomorrow morning starting about 9 o'clock. We hope you'll go up. Here comes the quarterback. There's a face mask. Wow, that's a vicious face mask.
I'm telling you, that's 2 now.
Man.
I don't understand why they're reaching. I mean,
that was bad.
Sometimes you just get what you can, but boy, he snatched him over like it looked like he about broke him in 2.
He really did. I mean, that was Gabe Lillard's going to have a sore neck.
I'm telling you, he's lucky. We're lucky Gabe didn't get bad injured there, and I don't know. I'm sure that's not something that's been coached. That's just something that's been. Kids are just running their hands up there, but
they just grab a hold of something they can, grab. But that's a 15-yard penalty. But I tell you, like in the NFL, they're looking at that seriously. That continues, you can get kicked out of the game.
Oh yeah, and this is one of those things. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I don't think it's intentional, but
no. But it's dangerous.
It is. It's highly dangerous.
2 wides now. Cooper goes in motion right side, stacks up right behind Cameron Blankenship, and the handoff goes to Carson Taylor and a bunch of green and white jerseys at the 49 for a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, we're trying to take advantage of their linebacker play right here, because what we're doing is putting a tight end and 2 receivers to the same side. Well, only the outside receivers are eligible for a pass. So this may be a whole setup right here for Coach McMahon, to where he will throw the football out of this and just leave the tight end in. If he goes out, he's ineligible. But right now we're back to a conventional look with a flanker and a split end.
Yep, got one on each side. Strong side right. Oh,
there
Mount Heritage jumping again. That's just plain old offside there. They're trying to get after us, though. Sometimes that shows they're aggressive.
It is, and it's the time of year. You can't just start doing that kind of thing, what we did right there at the first of the year, because your kids will jump as much as they will.
Right.
So a lot of times you don't even call a play. You just say crazy count, and if you don't run the play, you either call timeout or something. But your full intent is to get them to jump offside.
Coming in, as we mentioned, Mountain Heritage has played 2 ball games. Our Maroon Devils have played 3. So we've got a little edge, if you will, 1 game more than they have. They've lost a couple of games because of COVID, so they've had to deal with that. 4-man front now for the Cougars. Back to throw is going to be Gabe. Looks down the field, down the middle, and traffic. Ball is going to be knocked away. Good play defensively down there by Jace Burleson as he kind of reached a hand in at the last second.
And batted it down, and our tight end there, he's got a legitimate gripe, Nathan does, about that hand on his back getting shoved upfield. And that's something he's upset about it, but he'll come back and make his plays here in a minute.
Yeah. And sometimes, Coach, you can see it, especially if you watch TV games, because they instant replay and you can see it. Sometimes the officials can't see that hand in there.
They really can't. And you depend on your back judge back there to kind of get a look at that. But sometimes he doesn't even know, he can't see the football.
That's it. Here comes Carson again, breaking a tackle. He's into the linebacker area to the 39.
First down.
That's good enough for a first down for the Maroon Devils here with 6.5 minutes to play. With all this running, Coach, this is a fast game.
This thing's flying by, yeah. and just to show what Carson Taylor's made of, where he was supposed to run that football, if anybody noticed, it wasn't there. And all he did was slide his feet to get a little more width on that thing and get upfield.
Good play where he made something out of nothing, if you will. Split backs again for Gabe. Now he's checking his play at the line of scrimmage and looks to the sideline for just to make sure he's on the right page. Looks at his armband with some of those signals on it.
Yep.
Back to throw. First down and 10. Looking to the right side, and traffic passes underthrown. I don't know if somebody got a hand on it, but big 64 and was in his face, and he goes to the ground.
Just as he was turning that ball loose, he got hit right underneath the chin, and that'll make that ball fly up in the air like that. But that was the instance right there where we used the tight end to set them down. We had 2 receivers to the same side as the tight end, and the tight end stayed in and blocked.
So, again, Gabe took a shot thank goodness that ball was not picked off because it kind of hung up, but it was short. Nobody could get it.
Yeah, it's hard to get your arm over a 6'3" guy when you're trying to throw over him, and you're not hardly there in height. And, your arm ends up hitting him in the shoulder pads and everything else.
4-man front now for the Cougars.
Same formation.
Straight ahead.
Gabe takes it and snap. That's a design play for him to just hit that seam between that tackle and the nose man over there on that side.
So Gabe's he's taking a shot 2 plays in a row here. He's not afraid to play physical.
Oh, no. Plus the face mask.
Yeah. 5'11", 175-pound junior is quarterback Gabe Lillard for the Maroon Devils. 3rd down now. We need about 6, almost 7. 5.5 to go in the first half.
Like you said, this thing's flying by because we're not airing it out as near as much. We've got them spread out now just a little bit, playing without a tight end position.
3 wide. Gabe fires to the right side. Got his man. Cooper makes a move, and he's in traffic at the 31-yard line, short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down, but we're in 4-down territory.
We sure are, and this would be something right here that either Coach Blankenship will take a timeout and talk about it for just a minute, or he's already got it in his pocket, and Coach McMahon's calling the play. So that's what's going to happen.
Coach, we have been able to move the ball a little better. We have 8 first downs to Mountain Heritage 3 first downs. On the night, 18 plays, 126 yards for the Maroon Devils. Yeah. Mountain Heritage 15 plays, 60 yards.
We're down there foot to foot. You can probably see the wedge blocking over here on this side.
Here goes Gabe outside.
Gabe's at the backside.
And he gets into the secondary. Ball is loose, and it's going to be picked up by Mountain Heritage, and they go down at the 6-yard line, and I'm afraid we're going to lose the ball.
I mean, I hate that. I hate that for Gabe. He had a big play there, and he was really making something happen, and there it is.
That's 2 big turnovers here in the first half now. Yes. And those sting, especially when you're down near the red zone.
Yeah, you can't fool around. I mean, he there again, Gabe will beat himself up over this. He'll have to get his head back in the ball game. Right now he's very distraught about the whole thing, but we got to bounce back, and you just can't do that too many times because you get against a team that you may be a little better than, and these 2 teams are pretty evenly matched. You keep giving them that football, they're going to make you pay.
Yeah, they will put points on the board sooner or later. 4.5 minutes to play before halftime, and now the Cougars have to go about 93 yards if they want to score, and here they come right up the middle out to cross the 15. That's going to bring up a 2nd down at about 1.
There again, if you watch those offensive linemen, you saw that guard and tackle from the tight end side come over the top, and that play fake is to hold those linebackers there just long enough for them to get that kick, get that trap block, and lead up in there on the other linebacker.
And one thing I've noticed, Coach, both these quarterbacks here talking about Gabe Lillard for the Maroon Devils and ironically Gabe Silvers for Mountain Heritage, both are good runners.
Oh, they're excellent runners, and we've got to take our chances here as the time goes on. We're closing in on 3 minutes left to go in the first half.
Yes, so Gabe Silvers now again back in the gun where he's been all night. Takes the snap, rolls to the right side, throws back to the left side to his man out of the backfield, trying to outrun the coverage, out across the 20, first down, breaks a tackle, out across the 28-yard line. I tell you, number 7, Jacob McCool, just refused to go down.
Yeah, that's an old school screen, roll one way and throw it back to him. All he did was run to the line of scrimmage like he was going to block and then open his shoulders up and get depth in the backfield, and the quarterback threw it back to him.
McCool, a 5'11", 155-pound senior. That's only his 2nd reception on the season. As we mentioned, they haven't thrown it a whole lot. 10 times in 2 games coming into this game here tonight. Wing on the right side. That's where Gabe's going to run it over there behind that wing. Breaks a tackle, and he's out across the 35. Again, just hard running.
Yeah, there again, they're just looking to find him one little seam by using those linemen, and unless they're going to throw the football, they don't pull a lineman. If they're going to run it, and they will throw by pulling linemen sometimes just to freeze you long enough to throw a linebacker depth pass.
So now Silvers looking to the sideline for the play call. He's got 1 wide receiver with just under 3 minutes to play. Right now, Mountain Heritage has 2 timeouts left, and we have all 3 of ours.
Same play, coming back with that running back.
and in the backfield to disrupt it and almost getting the handoff back there. Is that Conrad Henderson, or is that, no, that's going to be 74 Nolan Fisher.
Yeah.
He was right there when they were making the handoff.
He really did. He read that the pulling side of the offensive line, and he just followed. He didn't get nobody turned back to cut him off, and he just followed it right down inside.
And that really disrupted their exchange there. When you have a big defensive lineman standing there when you're handing the ball off is a uncomfortable feeling.
Yep.
Got a whistle on the field. Let's see if somebody called timeout or what the situation is. The officials called a timeout with 2:13 to play before halftime.
I think we may have us another
bleed.
A bleed. Yeah.
Some more blood.
Yeah, it's somebody's got something getting it cut up out there.
Yeah. Now, Carrie Powell's busy on the sideline, but I tell you what, she was real busy last week. I saw her jump over that fence, and she made the top 5 plays.
Yeah, well, that was a top 5 play that
was
she made.
Athletic move, jumping over that fence, and she said, well, if I get hurt, who's going to take care of these kids?
Yeah. There's a wedge block right there, and we didn't do a good job of squeezing it down. And that's more of their short yardage play right there. They wedge blocked that thing in there by putting those helmets down inside and just let him pick a place to go with it.
That's Jacob McCurry, their 6'2" senior, back out of the backfield. First down now, minute 48 and counting. And Mountain Heritage with a couple of timeouts so far, not too concerned. It doesn't seem like they're really in no hurry up offense as they look back at the clock now with still a minute and a half left. And now the whistle blows.
I think Coach Blankenship called a timeout right here because he's trying to get their attention about something that he saw out there that showed him a tendency of what they may be getting ready to do.
And with the timeout on the field, fans, stay tuned. We'll recognize our sponsors and we'll return on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back after the timeout. First down and 10. Thanks for watching and listening here on a Friday night. 7-0 Maroon Devils. A minute and a half to play in the first half. Mountain Heritage first and 10. And here they go. They fake the handoff. Got a man down the right side. And it's knocked away. Outstanding play by Cooper.
No. They're
going to call interference.
They can't call interference. He went up for the football.
I'm afraid they're going to do it.
Neither one of them interfered with each other, and he may have called offensive pass interference from the reaction out there.
Yeah, could be.
He may have been shoving off, and we couldn't see it. Again, if we had instant replay, we might be able to look at that.
So Cooper went up and just knocked the ball away because he was making a play on the ball.
Yeah,
it is offensive pass interference.
That's what they're calling, yeah.
And that's rare.
Yeah, that is very rare. So he must have had his hand on him, shoving him that we couldn't see up here. And so I take that back, Mr. Official. I was getting ready to really lose my religion again right there. Yeah, they're a little upset. And
they could see that over on their side probably better than we could. And they brought a nice crowd down from Burnsville, North Carolina. And Mitchell and Mountain Heritage, they're just a few miles apart. That's a big rivalry up there. Up in Ledger, North Carolina, and Burnsville. Silver back in the shotgun, turns and hands off. And again, this time on the carry is going to be Jace Burleson with a minute 24 and counting.
He's got quick feet. That young man, they like to put him outside there and give him that ball to come back inside with, and he can slash up in there. He's not an easy target to hit.
Our defensive front, Coach, I've been impressed so far tonight. This is not a bad offensive line for Mountain Heritage, but our defensive front has held their own.
Yeah, that's the key to it. Is that another? That's another blood.
Some more bleeding. Now coming in is going to be, looks like 62. And coming out is going to be big Nathan Bogdanovich, who's played a good ball game.
Yeah, he's been sticking his nose down in there quite a bit. He's out over here getting taped up.
So now, under a minute to play. Mountain Heritage still 2 timeouts left. Clock starts.
Yeah.
They fake the handoff and they fire again, and this time it's going to be up for grabs.
Intercepted.
Cooper might have intercepted onto the bounce, and he does. It's our football.
What a great play!
That Dawson Cody knocked it up in the air, and Cooper caught it.
What a wonderful play! If that don't make the top 5 plays,
wow!
That was dang. I wish we had instant replay.
Yeah, Dawson Cody knocked the ball up in the air, and when he did, Cooper Hyatt made a dive for it on the sideline, and he came down with the football. What a play by Dawson Cody. That was just 2 athletic plays.
Okay. All right, that's wonderful.
Next week highlights.
Yeah.
So we'll try to get a clip of that, but that was a phenomenal play. Tipped by one DB into another DB's hands.
That's called getting after it. That's not losing focus, not giving up on the ball.
Focus, that's exactly right. Here come the Maroon Devils running. Carson Taylor almost 10 yards on first down, and that might be the final play of the first half, as nobody's in any hurry to get back to the huddle. This clock is going to run down, and I think we're going to be happy to go to the locker room with a 7-0 lead and a very physical first half.
Oh yeah, a lot of people flying around out there. A lot of bodies being thrown.
They're going to try one more here, Coach. We got Cameron wide left, Cooper wide right, Gabe under center, and he's going to hand it off. There's Carson again. He's stacked up. Now he flips it back to Gabe. Gabe trying to get a block out here. There's Josh Collins blocking for him. Turns the corner at the 45, spins down to the 41. Wow, that was a heck of a play. And now I think we got a timeout call with 4 seconds left.
On the field. I really don't know what to say about that, because I know the intention that Coach Blankenship had. I'm pretty sure.
It's like at Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, that was nowhere near being designed.
No,
that was 2 football players out there who've been playing together, and they they're on the same wavelength, and he just pitched it back to him like Gabe did to Collins up at Smoky Mountain.
That's the same 2 guys, I think, that made the play at Smoky Mountain that night. Are they going to wave the flag off? There's no penalty flag, but there's 4 seconds left, and the Maroon Devils are going to set up a play and try to make something happen before halftime.
Be a good idea right here. Just go ahead with no more than, and I'm sure that Mountain Heritage is going to sink back deep in coverage, but it never hurts to take a shot right here.
That's it. Give it a shot.
Just be aware that if it's intercepted or anything like that, that you don't want them to return it.
That's it. So now the Maroon Devils talking things over at halftime. Don't forget, fans, COVID permitting, we're going to be on the road over to Seymour, Tennessee next Friday night to take on Kings Academy. They're 3-2 with their varsity football team, a private small. I think they have about 400 students in pre-K all the way through 12th grade. So not a big school, but they have athletic teams, and they want to play some football too.
All right, good. We need to go out of state every now and then and take a measure of them.
That's it. And I tell you, some of these private schools have some good athletes.
Oh, yeah, they're able to go get them.
That's it. They can recruit, so to speak.
Not so to speak. They recruit.
They do.
Yeah, there's no so to speak to it. They go get them. I know that firsthand.
Christ Schools is a perfect example.
Exactly.
Here we go. 4 seconds to play. Back to throw is going to be Gabe.
4 vertical routes.
Down the left side, Cameron Blankenship is there, and I think he caught it, but he's going to be knocked out of bounds, and he was hit out of bounds.
Oh, it came in on a penalty?
Yep.
All right, so we get another play from right there.
Down inside the 10-yard line. He was very clearly out of bounds, and he got hit.
He got nailed. He got up. Good. He's coming to he's not limping. He's not favoring anything. That's great.
Great catch.
Because the half can't end on a penalty like that. So we get a free play right here. 1 free play.
Now, here's the question. Do you try to kick for 3 or do you try to hit it in the end zone?
That is a good question right now, and I'm glad Coach Blankenship's making that determination and not necessarily me. Yeah, I believe we're going to watch right here and see what transpires. And
Coach is looking out there to make sure he figures out where the ball is going to be spotted right now. It looks like about the 7-yard line.
Well, and also that should be a half the distance penalty because of the penalty. We went out of bounds right there.
That's right. It should be up near the 3.
Yeah, it should be down around the 3-yard line, 3 or 4 yard line.
Yep.
After they move the ball. Yeah, there we go. They're moving it down. So I believe.
It's going to be inside the 5. Got to be. Now they're going to spot it just inside the 4-yard line.
I believe he's going to kick it. Yeah, there goes
Lanning.
Yeah, Lanning's going on the field. So.
And this is going to be his first field goal attempt.
Yep. And it's right about where an extra point is. If he just has to adjust his angle.
Going to be a 26-yard field goal from the left hash. Cooper Hight's going to be your holder.
And he just make his adjustments on his angle and drive it through there.
Oh, now we get a timeout. They're going to try to ice him a little bit. Mountain Heritage uses a timeout.
Why not? I mean, if
Sure.
you got it, use it.
Yeah.
You can't carry it over to the second half. So there.
Try to get in that kicker's head a little bit.
Yep.
Because, again, we haven't attempted a field goal. And so we'll see how this works with no time on the clock. And that scoreboard says 8-0, but I think it's still 7. So we'll hopefully after this it'll be 10-0 going into halftime.
Right. Yeah, I'm not real sure. It looks like there's some light problems on the scoreboard there, and they're trying to adjust it. Now it went up to 10. We'll figure it out.
We hope it's going to be 10.
Yeah, we're hoping. Yeah, we're anticipating. Yeah.
Isn't that? I think that's an old Carly Simon song, "Anticipation," something like that.
Boy, you're telling your age now.
Exactly. Exactly, Joe.
You're telling your age now, Gary. You sure are. And mine too, so quit.
We are giving our age away. Yeah. Even Joe Holt picked up on that. So he's not 25 anymore either, you know.
No, Joe, he's getting a few more gray hairs, I noticed. That's probably because of me.
Here we go. Cooper to hold. Gavin to kick. Again from the 16. No, I'm sorry, the 11. It's going to be a 21-yard attempt. Got a good
like
angle.
He drilled.
It's good.
Yeah, he drilled that one.
Good
Wonderful.
kick.
Great. I'm glad he got that field goal.
That was a great way for the Maroon Devils to end the half because that was a very ugly penalty over there out of bounds.
It sure was, and it was that was there again. You were talking about how physical it was, and that's part of the physicality of the game.
It really is. Fans, stay tuned. We're going to halftime with the Maroon Devils up 10-0. We're looking for a very good second half, so be sure and come back and join us right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
you're live.
Fans, welcome back. Colby Caps kicking off for the Mountain Heritage Cougars as we get the third quarter underway. 10-0, Maroon Devils in the lead. Coach, we scored just literally on the last play of the first half to give us, I think, a little momentum going into the locker room. Hopefully that'll carry over here into the third quarter as we get the football back again.
Yeah, and something took place there right in that series of plays that we didn't realize what happened. Our center, our normal center who snaps into the shotgun, Coach Burrow was pointing it out to me. He got injured, and we had to switch centers, and he couldn't long snap it, so we went from underneath the center, which was a very a unique thing to do out of a shotgun set.
Braylon Aldridge in there at center right now. He normally plays over there at left guard, so he is our center as we run our quarterback, Gabe Lillard, out to the right side for a short gain. That's going to bring up second down as they spot the football at the 37-yard line. 38-yard line.
Yeah, great. That's just getting a little bit upfield, and he's still running laterally, but he's gaining ground.
Right now, I want to give a shout out to a couple of friends listening over in Andrews. Buck and Linda over there, they're just chilling out on this Friday night. And I thought Buck was watching Starsky and Hutch, but he's actually checking out Maroon Devil football. So I'm not sure which is better, Starsky and Hutch or Maroon Devil football.
Oh yeah, it's not a toss up for me, but for some folks it is.
Second down and 6 now as the Maroon Devils try to stay on the ground. And boy, they're still knocking helmets out there. You can see physical line play, and they don't give up on the blocks. They keep blocking.
No, and that bunch from Mountain Heritage, the whole entire front line of theirs, they're really trying to stop this running game out of that three front by walking up those outside linebackers and stunting up front, and that really affects your blocking schemes up there when they start moving people around.
No doubt. Talking about Andrews, their game got canceled tonight because of COVID. Again, COVID striking everywhere. So, Coach Phillips, hopefully, we'll get together and play here in a few days. Third down now. Looks like a loose ball on a snap. Mountain Heritage says they have it. And they do. Yes. There's the official call. That's our third turnover tonight.
Can't keep turning it over to a team that you're getting ahead of like this. All you're doing is opening the door to let them back in. Yeah.
And sooner or later, they're going to walk through it.
They are. They're going to find a way to get in it. And your defense is on the field too much. You're having to defend constantly with your back against the wall. And this will be about the best field position I think they've had all night long on us as far as where the ball's at on the field. So we got our hands full to try to keep them out of the end zone right here.
That's it. We give Mountain Heritage the football back. They're a 1-1 football team. They played for a state championship a couple of years ago, so they have tradition of their own. First down now at the Maroon Devil 37-yard line.
Two wings.
Everybody
and a
in tight.
Back. Yep. Just wedge blocking straight ahead, just trying to knock us back off the football.
And Coach, they did. They carried down to the 28-yard line. That's about an 8-yard pickup. That's just pushing the D-line back.
That's exactly what it is. And we got a cramp on the field, I believe, for Mountain Heritage.
It is a humid night. It's starting to feel, as you mentioned, a little more like fall, but still there's that humidity still lingering because we had some scattered showers today.
Yeah, it's still got some humidity out there on that grass too. Bermuda grass, if anybody knows anything about it, it holds moisture a long time.
It does, and the cramp was over there with Jacob McCurry, one of their wide receivers at 6'2".
He's supposed to go out of the game. And I'm not real sure what's going on right here.
Yeah, there goes one out, yeah.
But I don't think that was him. I think it's number 10.
It was number 10.
Yeah, he's supposed to leave the ball game, but I'm sure that
he stays in at the back right beside the quarterback.
Yeah.
The officials didn't catch that one. Everybody in tight again, same set. This time the quarterback rolls it.
Yeah.
And he's got the first down. Penalty flag, though, on the play.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a holding call because as that guard pulled, we tried to fall in behind and chase it from behind, which is a good strategy right there, and that offensive lineman grabbed a hold of us.
So that'll move. Ooh, blocking below the waist.
Okay. Yeah, it was a chop block then rather than grabbing a hold.
Against Mountain Heritage, so that's going to back them up here with 9:32 to play in the third quarter and a 10-0 Maroon Devil lead over the Cougars.
Yeah, and their coaching staff's getting real animated over there, and they may end up in some trouble if they're not careful.
Yeah. Coach Joey Robinson has been in the coaching business about 27 years, a veteran, and now looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field as Coach Blankenship is out there, of course, with Coach Stevenson, the defensive coordinator. giving a couple of signals, but there's really no timeout.
No, had to bring Lucas Sutton off the field for a minute. He got dinged a little bit on that last play. Looks like he might have got a stinger a little bit. He's trying to get himself loosened back up to get back out there on the field.
And Lucas, a good defender, second on the team in tackles with 11. And this same set, third time in a row. Everybody in tight. Second down and 8 now.
They're bound determined to run it right down our throat.
And here they come. This time they run outside the left tackle, and the quarterback is still on the ground to the 21-yard line. First down and 10, Cougars.
And he kind of made that all on his own. When they started that it's a type of zone block, and all he really does is, as they block everybody to the right-hand side, he starts that way and then breaks it right back to the left-hand side to the first seam he finds. And if anybody's familiar with zone blocking out of this thing, that's exactly what it is. And they're doing it out of 2 tight ends and 2 wings. They're not spreading it out any at all, as you can see right here. You can throw a blanket over their offense right there.
Oh, everybody inside
and
again.
It's just pretty much a power offense.
Yep, same set. They just run right up the A-gap. And there's all the way to the end zone.
Yep.
They made us pay that turnover. Now Jacob McCurry goes in the end zone. Cougars are on the board.
Yeah, and if you watch that blocking scheme, it's exactly the same. They wedge blocked it, and he just hit it up in there running. And it's almost like at halftime they've said, look, we're going to go back to where we started with this thing, and let's just pound it right at them.
You were talking about zone blocking, Coach. I heard 2 coaches talking this week about comeback blocking.
Yeah, and turn back, comeback blocking. Yes, sir. We saw a little bit of that against Franklin last week, and I was talking about it because they set the whole thing up so that their quarterbacks and their speed receivers can they get you moving one way, and they just turn around and block you as you turn back. It's like screen blocking.
Now Mountain Heritage goes in for 2 to make it a 2-point game, 10-8 now, as again that turnover led to 8 points for the Cougars with 8:36 to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we can't leave that door open anymore. We got to get our feet back under us, hang on to the football, drive it down the field, and put this thing in the end zone because they can't stay in that type of offense all night long. It was just they got determined, and I don't blame Coach Robinson for that. He just simply said, look, this is where we start with our offense before we split anybody out, and that's what they work on preseason and during the spring, and they lined up in it and drove it right at us.
They did. Nothing fancy, just basically knocking you off the line of scrimmage, knocking you backwards and just running it.
Yeah, running a few trap plays in there in between, but basically just lining up and zone blocking you, coming off the football.
And controlling that line of scrimmage. And we've said so many times, whoever controls the line of scrimmage most of the time wins the game.
Exactly. And just like we were referring to earlier about the Franklin ball game and their type of blocking scheme, they stayed in the ball game against us, or they kept us kind of at bay by running that quarterback with that turn back, come back blocking that we were seeing.
Talking about some stats right now, Mountain Heritage 25 plays, 145 total yards. Maroon Devils 25 plays, 209 total yards. Here's the kickoff. Cooper Hyatt on the return. Out to the 25. In traffic, cuts back at the 30, 35. Spin move, out to the 30, out to the 40-yard line. Nice return by Cooper.
He come one hair breaking that one again, too. He was on the verge.
And he bounces and he can spin and stay on his feet.
Oh, yeah. That's just his athletic ability. I know he got it from his mama because I was no darn sure. Well, he didn't get it from his daddy. I can see the back of his daddy's head here. I'm glad he didn't hear me say that.
Oh, man. We were talking about Jerry Moore from Appalachian State at halftime. Now, I can tell you, Jerry Moore thinks a lot of the Marr family.
Oh, yeah. The crazy thing about Jerry Moore is that he was an old school dinosaur football coach. Good move, Collins.
Here comes Josh Collins around the right side, carries out across the 45-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. That's going to be a pickup of, looks like about 5. We'll call it second down and 5.
Yeah, Josh did a great job of moving up into the line of scrimmage and coming back out when he wasn't there. He didn't just commit himself to a couple of yards. He did a great job picking up that yardage right there for us.
Josh, only a sophomore, coming into the ball game with 16 carries, 77 yards on the season with a couple of touchdowns. And got a lot of sophomores, 15 sophomores on this 35-man roster.
And I can say something about Josh, and this is the truth. He's way faster than his daddy was. Now, his daddy played for me, and he was a bull. But now this kid, this young man's got some wheels.
Two different animals.
Yeah, there's your counter.
Here's
Boy, that's
Carson
good.
Taylor.
That's a good call right there.
First down, right up the gut, inside Mountain Heritage territory to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, you counter one way and get the just like making it look like that veer dive and spin right back around, and it's just a counter dive.
And I tell you, Carson runs that well. Coming into this game, Carson's had a good year too, averaging 5.5 yards a carry with 3 touchdowns, 26 carries, 144 yards. And besides that, he's our leading tackler on defense.
He's a workhorse. I mean,
is.
that's all you can say about the young man. He's stronger this year than he was last year. He's just a workhorse.
Good athlete. Watched him play basketball. Fumbled the snap, and boy, Gabe almost started to take off, but he jumped back on the ball wisely.
Yeah, we got to ride that snap just a little bit longer. Anytime that you're veer blocking, what happens is your center's stepping one way, your quarterback's stepping the other way, because the center has got to cut off this backside lineman, and they disjoin too quickly, and it's something that you just have to constantly be aware of. And a lot of times the quarterback just has to take an extra little beat before he moves out of there, because that center's already stepping when he snaps that football.
And sometimes their 2 feet get kind of hooked together.
Oh, yeah.
And can really throw you off. Second down and 12. We lost a couple. Gabe back to throw. Throws down the left sideline into double coverage. Pass is going to be incomplete, intended for Cameron Blankenship.
Yeah, they bracketed us pretty good right there, too. The corner and the safety both jumped the deep route and took that away from us.
Well, Cameron's a tall target down there at 6'2", the senior. 6:25 to play, third quarter. 10-8 ball game as Mountain Heritage got 8 points on the board to make it a 2-point game, and now a field goal can literally win it if you're Mountain Heritage.
Yeah, and they're I don't know what even if they have a kicker that can hit a field goal.
And we hope they don't, but and hopefully we won't find out. Third down and 12. Gabe wants to throw. Rolling, looking right. Now throwing down the right sideline.
There we go. He chose the right one.
Ball hangs up on him. The ball kind of hung up on him a little.
It did. He got hit right as he threw it again, and you can see him there getting up off the ground just as he turned it loose, and it hung up in the air. But he had him open. He had him. He had the Hyatt running down the sidelines there.
Colin Ray, 55, hit him. And I think that was just enough to make that ball hang up. He didn't get quite that forward step so he could get all the momentum behind that football. As we're going to punt it away now. Coming on is going to be Gavin Lanning. Outstanding kicker. Averaging 38 yards a punt. He's had one this year, a 59 high snap. Boy, he booms it.
What a punt.
He booms it. Fair catch.
He boomed it. Fair catch called for on about the 4-yard line now. That's a coaching point. That coach is going to get upset at that young man, but unless he's coached him on it, he better not be upset. The rule is
10-yard line.
10-yard line. You know that, Gary. We've talked about that before. And if it's over your head, fake a fair catch call and let it go.
Let it go.
And that ball would have went in the end zone.
Absolutely.
Right
yeah, that cost him 7 yards.
Yeah.
And you're right. You put your heels on the 10. If it goes over your head, let it go.
That's right. And it's hard to discipline a player to do that, but you better work on it. And that's something you have to spend time. You have to spend time out there doing and going over those things and going through drills to show them.
Yeah. I don't think the receiver really expected that punt to go that deep.
No, he did not.
Because Gavin hit it.
He boomed it. That's the best punt he's had all season. The longest punt.
Really good punt. So now first down and 10, Mountain Heritage at the 3-yard line. Their quarterback literally is going to be in the end zone here on the shotgun as he turns and hands off, but they run right up the A-gap.
Yeah.
And that's going to be very close to a first down at the 12-yard line. Great play.
Yeah, and there again, and you can look down there and see Lucas Sutton kind of beating himself up a little bit because he had the perfect opportunity on that zone play to make that play at the line of scrimmage, and he missed it. We got to do a better job of tackling at that point of attack. But he was there. He just got to make that play.
He was in the right spot.
And Mountain Heritage is not changing their formation. They're staying with this double wing,
power,
single running back. Yeah, this is all power stuff right here. They're not going to try to throw it. They're going to try to get that quarterback out on the edge like that right there.
And they tried and only got a couple of yards this time. Good pursuit that time from the backside. And again, that was Lucas Sutton.
Yeah, and he just he missed that last one and gave him that first down. But
he trailed that one.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. It's just he's learning in tempo and just trying to figure out making those plays when you get there.
Yeah, and he's a sophomore as well.
All right.
A lot of sophomores, a lot of youth on this team, which bodes well for the future. 5 minutes to play, third quarter, 10-8. Maroon Devils ahead of Mountain Heritage, but the Cougars back with the football, and here they come running to the right side outside the C gap this time. But wow, there's a lot of hats on the play.
Yeah, that was all wedge blocking there. They didn't even zone block it. They just put their shoulder pads together and came right at us right there. And Carson kind of smelled that out. He could see what was happening there, and he's been able to determine something out there because he walked right up into it and kind of just dared them to come on at him.
Yeah.
And they did. They tried.
Josh Collins over there with him
Yeah.
from that corner on that side. Josh, again, a sophomore. And again, I hate to keep saying this, but we have some talented sophomores that are going to look good down the road. They're looking pretty good right now.
Exactly, and it's going to keep coming on. You got Dawson Cody back there at safety right now in that double safety against this double wing set right here.
Yep, two deep defense, and here they come around
There
the
we
right
go.
side.
There we go.
There's another good tackle over there on the edge.
That's a great play by Collins right there. He could have bit on that inside move, and he didn't. He turned his burners on, his jets, and made it outside there and knocked his feet right out from under.
Yeah, forced him out of bounds.
Yeah.
Fourth down. Now the Cougars have got to punt the ball away. Fourth down inside their own 20. Dropping back is going to be Cooper Hyatt. 3:48 and counting left to play third quarter. Devils on top 10-8 over the Cougars out of the 1A, 2A West 42 Conference. They make their home up in Burnsville, North Carolina. Here's a not a real deep punt, but it's going to take a Cougar bounce and roll down to about the 45-yard line.
And there's your 13 yards.
That's another one. You can almost count on that.
You can. That's the average, 13 yards if it hits the ground. He had to right then, though. He had no choice. He's making great decisions back there being a punt returner and returning these kicks because that's not an easy thing to do. That's a hard decision to make. You'd like to be able to run up there and catch them all. But if that ball's got a bad angle on it, you're just asking for trouble.
You know, and what's so scary, Coach? Your eyes are on the ball, but still you got to look upfield and see if what the blocking's doing.
You have to see how close that nearest defender is.
That's it, or you're in big trouble. First down and 10. Maroon Devils now at the 44. Split back veer, and again the handoff goes to the right side to Carson Taylor. Good run down to the 40 or 49-yard line of Mountain Heritage. 2nd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, there again, we're changing up the formation on them. That's the tight end and twin receivers to the same side. And, I mean, it's a 100% running thing, but I guarantee you in a minute, if I know Coach McMahon, he's going to catch them cheating that thing to that strong side, and they'll run the veer back to the weak side, and that's exactly what he's hoping will happen so that he can get the quarterback and the pitch back loose over there.
That's it. That's how Gabe scored on that one, 55 yards earlier.
There it is again, same formation, tight end and twins to the same side.
Split backs behind Gabe.
Now we got motion.
Cooper goes in motion over to the left side. And here comes Gabe carrying, and nice seam to run to on a first down.
First down, yeah. That right there is kind of it's a double whammy out of that right there. They veer block the backside so that he's got a seam when he pulls that ball to run to the backside rather than keep running it out here to the wide to the strong side.
Gabe looks to the sideline with the play call. Scotty McMahon over here, the offensive coordinator. 2:28 to play. Maroon Devils on the road next Friday. Seymour, Tennessee at King's Academy, a private Christian school. They're 3-2 on the season. And better give yourself a couple of hours travel time when you travel over there. It's not a long way, but there's a couple of ways to get there. You can go across the mountain, across 441, or go I-40 through the gorge. Here comes Gabe, pops it outside, cuts back in, down to the 36-yard line. Nice run. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Now, that was a little bit of a change-up because they isolated the linebacker on the backside with the back on the other side. Collins went up in there and hit the linebacker while his eyes were on over here on this side, and that way Gabe was able to take the football, stick his foot in the ground, and get right back to that weak side. That's how we're taking advantage of that weak side right now. Sooner or later, there'll be a veer play run over there if we stay in that formation, and we're going to. Here it comes again.
2nd down, we need a long 3, a minute and a half to play in the 3rd quarter. 10-8, Maroon Devil lead. Twins right side. Here comes Gabe, and we run to the right side. There's Carson. He's got enough for the first down, which is the first goal on this drive.
That's right, and right now we're pounding it right back at them. And doing some veer blocking over here that time and running the ball straight down the hill into the veer lane.
Now, Coach, this is one of the fastest games we've had all year.
I'm
Third
telling
quarter
you.
is almost over,
Yeah,
and it's just after 9 o'clock.
Coming up on a minute left to go in the third quarter.
That's the beauty of running the football.
It is. It is.
You get these pass-happy teams, and these games last 4 hours.
That's true. That's true.
All right, here we go. This time Gabe under center turns, hands off. It's going to be Josh Collins, penalty flag down. This is going to come back with a holding call as he carries down to the 23-yard line. Good run, but it'll be back.
That's the first time we've seen the sweep tonight. It's a good call, but we're going to get it called back for a holding.
But, so far tonight, other than that blatant out-of-bounds hit on Mountain Heritage and the two face masking penalties, we haven't had a whole lot of penalties to deal with.
No, it's been a pretty clean, hard hitting ball game, and so
very physical.
Yeah, very physical. We just got to continue. And it's a double-edged sword dealing with these turnovers.
Yes.
If you make a big deal out of it, we talked about that several times last season. Even you make a big deal out of it, all of a sudden it gets worse, and it gets in their head. There's the weak side veer. We didn't hit the lane right.
Yep, Josh had nowhere to go. Coming up with a big tackle over there is Gage Cole. He's a big one, 6'2" and about 250.
He wishes he'd hit that just a little tighter. If he'd have been a little tighter, he would have shot right through there, but he went a little wide and it led right out to that unblocked defensive end out there.
Yeah, he was there waiting on him, wasn't he?
Yeah, he sure was, and that makes it easy for that defensive end. And I'm sure Coach Blankenship and Coach McMahon will go over that with him. Just got to hit that tighter. And he's young, he's a 10th grader, but the tighter he gets in there with that, he'll squirt right through there.
Fans, stay tuned. That's 3 quarters in the books. Right now, it's a 10-8 Maroon Devil lead. We're going to take a break and recognize our sponsors, and we'll be back with the 4th quarter here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, we'll come back in a couple of weeks. We get conference play underway. And, talking about jumping right into the fire, Coach. On October 1st, a Friday night, we go to Robbinsville, and we know how tough the Black Knights are.
Well, that's right, and we don't know a whole lot about them.
It's going to be tough. Here comes Gabe in trouble. He gets away from pressure, rolls to the right side, breaks another tackle, still on his feet at the 35, spins around again. He's still on his feet. He got a couple of those yards back, but he's brought down at the 36, but they were all over him.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to break that one loose again, and to Mountain Heritage's credit, they got out there and covered the field on him because he's not an easy fellow to tackle either.
No, he had some good footwork on that one to evade a couple of guys before being brought down at the 35. That's going to bring up 3rd down now and still 15.
3rd and 15, and if you've got a bag of tricks, I know we have a reverse play. We may see it right in here somewhere. I don't know.
Got Nathan out wide right.
He may just have a good pass scheme going right here and going to throw it deep.
Out of the shotgun, Gabe dropping. Here's pressure. Fires down the middle, and it's going to be not even close to any receiver. We got hung up back here at the 15-yard line, but they had a lot of coverage.
It was an X route, and Cameron came over. Blankenship went towards the middle of the field. I believe it was him. And with height coming from the inside, breaking out onto the boundary. And I think that's where he was trying to throw the football, and it either just slid out of his hands or he couldn't. He just couldn't find his receiver down there.
Now we're going to try to pin Mountain Heritage deep. Gavin Lanning on to punt. He is going to be right about that big Swain Maroon Devil logo at the 50-yard line. Their punt return man, again, a dangerous man back there, Colby Capps. he's gonna be on the 10 this time. Maybe he got that little speech, but he's going to be drifting back, and
There
one
we
of our
go.
guys hits it at the 5,
Yep.
and that's where it's going to be blown dead. Penalty flag down.
Don't know what this is all about.
This is way
out
back
here.
upfield. I think this is going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct. I believe somebody said something.
They sure did, because one of the officials threw it right at the feet of one of their players as if he
It's
was
on us.
saying something
It's on us, I'm afraid.
unsportsmanlike on us.
Yes. I saw that official throw, and I actually saw the kid he was throwing it on, and now he's telling Coach Blankenship what's going on. He said something. There was no physical contact penalty. It was just something the player said, and the official heard it, didn't like it, got the flag.
Well, not real sure who it was or what happened, but yeah, somebody said something about somebody. Okay, let's just put it that way.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, don't say it around the official.
Yeah.
But that's going to cost us 15. So now instead of having Mountain Heritage pinned back at the 5-yard line, it's going to be up at the 20.
Yeah,
So
here we'll see what. Now again, I want to see the formation that they come out with right here to make a difference and see if they change up anything out of that 2 tight end, 2 wing formation.
And Coach, this is a big possession here. We still have 11 minutes to play, which is a lot of time.
Yeah.
But this is a big possession, I think, for Mountain Heritage.
Yeah, they're going to stay with that power formation. And they may do something a little bit different, but there again, just watching them offensive linemen lean out into their hands. And there they come downhill, and he just that's zone blocking, and he cuts it all the way back.
There's
Now,
number 2, Gabe Silver's the quarterback on the carry.
If you were watching that, you noticed all those helmets. Those helmets turned to the right. They just made a little right-hand turn. He starts this way with the ball, sticks his foot in the ground, and goes back. He's looking for that last block on the line of scrimmage, and he's running right back in behind it.
And there was a nice seam for him there.
Oh, yeah.
Second down, and we'll say 3. That's a 7-yard pickup now. 10:28 to play. 10-8, Devils up by 2. Trying to keep Mountain Heritage back deep so we can get the ball back and flip the field, so to speak. Got 20.
Yeah, all of them's going left. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and lead it.
Yeah, here they go down the left side. He's into the secondary. Cooper back there. Josh Collins back there. Coming up, Bogdanovich to help on the tackle. But, wow, that was a huge play for the Mountain Heritage Cougars.
Yeah, that was huge there, but simply because they went with the zone block this time. That was a true power zone play. Everybody, student body left right there and just give him the ball and get him in behind them and run a sweep out of it.
Coach,
everybody was reaching.
That whole sideline was open.
Yeah, they just blocked us all out through there, and that's the original form of zone blocking. It's been around forever.
And, man, that's a huge play for the Cougars now. On the night, they have just short of 200 yards total offense. Maroon Devils 251, a whistle blowing on the field. And we're going to see a timeout as I think Coach Neil Blankenship and Eric Stevenson seeing something on defense they want to fix.
Yeah, there's something there that they're starting to pick up on about this whole thing. About that offensive formation and what they're running right there. We hope they got an answer to it.
Yeah, Coach, well, we've seen the last several plays for the Cougars. They haven't changed the formation at all. Just
no, the whole last series and right now. Now, they're staying with that. When you run that double wing set, that's where you start. That's where you start practice every year out of that. Then you start splitting people out, putting people in motion. They've gone right back to the basics of this thing when they first start drawing it up and the different plays you run at. It reminds you of, seriously, the old wishbone stuff. You know, the old wishbone stuff was 2 tight ends, 3 backs in the backfield, and a quarterback. And by this right here, all they're doing, they're using the same principle, just running it out of the gun.
Yep, and they've run it pretty efficiently the last couple of possessions here.
Yeah, minus the veer. They haven't shown any veer plays out of it. But right now, this is all power football for them, and that's the way they want to keep it.
So now first down, Mountain Heritage at the 43-yard line of Maroon Devil territory as they're on the march here trying to take the lead, which would be their first lead of the night.
Yep, and they're waiting to put that back on which side they want them. There comes the quarterback again, zone blocking again.
Straight ahead.
That way. Trying to turn it into an isolation type play, and he's just got great vision, and he sticks his foot in the ground and comes right back downhill.
Big Nolan Fisher on the tackle. Coming in Nolan's place is going to be big Conrad Henderson. And you talk about two guys about the same size. Nolan Fisher is 6'4", 270. Conrad Henderson is 6'4", 275. And
yeah,
that's two big boys.
Yeah, they got to alternate them in and out of there right now, and on offense or on defense, because they're both playing offensively, and they've got to start trying to get some kind of push up front.
Here they come. Got a penalty flag down before the play really gets rolling.
Yeah. It's going to be a
false illegal motion.
Illegal motion.
So that'll back up Mountain Heritage 5. So now instead of second down at about 3, it's going to bring up second down and 8 with 9:15 to play. Fourth quarter here. Great ball game.
Yeah, and there again, this thing's ticking away in a hurry. We got to we need a stop right here badly, and this may be our opportunity right here if we can keep them held down here. But they have definitely gone back to basics, and they're not going to do anything any different right now than what they've been doing. It's been successful for them.
Again, double wing set. Everybody in tight. Nobody wide. Just one back right beside the quarterback to his left. And the quarterback's going to run right up the A-gap again. Here he comes down inside the 34-yard line, close to a first down, Coach. It's going to bring up third down and short.
Yeah, we got to get off those blocks a little quicker at the line of scrimmage and at the defensive line level and at the linebacker level, just a little bit quicker. They're getting on us, and we're not getting off of them, and he's getting there quick. He's hitting that thing in a hurry.
Now, here's a question for you, Coach. I know talking about defense, when they line up in this formation time after time after time, how tempted are you if you're a defensive back, a safety, or a corner to sneak up and try to run support?
You're going to try sneaking up, and right now you can see that happening. But we're playing with two safeties, so he's got his corners walked up there in run support to the outside.
Here they go. They're going to hand it off to the back on the wing on the right side. He spins down to the 29.
And right there you saw the corner come up, take a lead blocker on, get rid of him, and make that tackle. Now, it was for a 3-yard gain, but at least he was there to make that tackle when that ball got to the edge.
Yeah, good play over there by Zach Stepp.
Yeah, and you can watch and see what they're doing in the secondary. We're taking our corners and putting them more inside, and the safeties up tighter to the line of scrimmage.
Right.
And that's just inverting the secondary for this type of offense.
So now second down as the Cougars still need about 7:40 and counting left to play. 10-8 Maroon Devil lead. And this time, let's see. This time the back's going to be
he'll walk
up
at the last second.
Last second. He was behind him. Now he's right beside Silvers, the quarterback, and he hands off. And they run straight ahead. Not much, only a yard or two on this play.
No, that was that right there was just a single set dive play out of that base blocking. This time they tried to wedge apex blocking, a lot of people call it. And he tried to get it to just trying to pop a seam.
That was big Conrad Henderson on the tackle, and a junior over there. So now third down, 5 needed for the Cougars of Mountain Heritage High School. Again, they're in that 1A, 2A league with Madison High, Mitchell, Drawn, Owen, Rosman, and Avery County.
All right, here we go. Third down, third and about 5.
Same set.
Probably going to keep it in the quarterback's hands this time. There it is.
And there he goes. He tries to cut outside, runs into his own guy, breaks a tackle, and he's brought down short, but he kind of ran into his own guy.
Yeah, it's going to be close. They may have spotted him for a first down right there. I'm not sure. That second effort he put into it, and he's a powerful runner too. He don't do a lot of jagging. Once he makes that cut, he's got some speed.
Yeah, and he's strong enough at 5'10", 185, a senior.
Yeah.
It is a first down. At the 23-yard line, Cougars just milking this clock, 6.5 minutes to play. They're down by 2. Any kind of a score, a 3-point field goal or a touchdown, and they're on the lead.
And we need to stop, like I said earlier, right now.
That's it.
Because this is their whole objective, is eat this clock up, get it down there close and punch it in, and put us in a mode where we have to play catch up.
Here we go, same set, double wing. Out of the shotgun. This time the handoff to the right wing. And there's big Carson Taylor throwing him for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, he sniffed that. There again, I kind of watch his feet. He's sensing something there. He saw something that put him on that path right there. I don't know if it was a blitz or not, but I don't think it was as much a blitz as it was him checking those linemen out when they line up. Good football players do that after they've been out there a while and experienced that. They can start reading how much pressure's on a guy's hand. You say, no, they don't. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Some of our best players ever, they could tell you if a lineman was pulling before he ever pulled.
Yep, or if he's lightly on his
Yeah,
fingers,
that's right.
he's probably going to pass block.
Yeah, it's pass blocking time. That's right.
Those little tricks go a long way.
Yep.
That's what you get from watching film.
That is. It really is. And out there on the field now, you can see him right there. He's going to.
Here he
That's
goes
the same
again.
type play.
Yep,
Yeah,
right
ran
wing.
it to the outside.
Oh, this time they pop it for a pretty good gain at the 18-yard line, forced out of bounds. But you're right, Coach. Same play, but this time they had a little better edge blocking.
He popped it right out to the edge, and he's trying to. They were trying to, I think, make that happen that way. I'm not sure. But it did for him.
But boy, talking about that, and I know as a coach, the higher you go in football, from high school to collegiate to NFL, every level you go up, the film watching increases dramatically.
We did a lot of it, and
Man.
the kids used to make fun of me of how much we watched, but in the long run, it paid off.
Oh, it paid off. And now players do it on their own in so many ways.
There we go.
Silver's the quarterback
Hang
on the
Oh,
carry,
he
breaks
got
the
out.
tackle,
He
pumps
got out.
outside. He may score, and he's forced out of bounds, I believe, down near the 1 yard. No, they're going to say touchdown.
Yeah. And there
He got
again,
inside the pylon.
and there again, we mistackled him, and he
Yeah.
broke loose from us. We got to be better tacklers than that.
Yep. We had him stopped.
Down the road. Yes, we did. We had him wrapped up right there, but nobody was running their feet, and he came out of there. He's a determined runner.
He broke loose. Again, he's strong, 5'10", 185, a senior. Number 2, Gabe Silvers. He's their leading rusher, as we mentioned, coming into the game, averaging 6.5 yards a carry.
Well, he's proving it tonight, too. He knows what to do with it when he's carrying it.
Yep, and they're going to go for 2. 4:29 to play. They have a 4-point lead, but this would make it a 6-point lead if they can punch it in, and they're going to line up same set, nothing new. Double wing. And now we got a whistle. And the Mountain Heritage Cougars want to make sure they're on the right page and everybody's singing the same song here.
Yeah, we got to make sure. And the deal of this whole thing right here is making it 16-10. Field goal don't help us anymore. We
Right.
got to score.
Gotta have six.
We have to put it down the field and score.
That's it, because if they get 2, we've got to have 6 to tie and 7 to win.
Yeah, and that's just the bread and butter of it right now.
And we've said, we've talked many times about how much special teams can impact a football game. And this one, coming down the way it is, special teams could be really big, for example, on the next kickoff return.
Oh, exactly, and that's where you can make things happen, get yourself a good field position, or you can shoot yourself in the foot again.
That's it. Turn it over, and you're in real trouble then.
Yeah, this turnover thing is something that that'll have to be dealt with. We know last week we got in scoring position a couple of times and turned the ball over, and so you got to have young men out there, athletes taking chances. But a loose football, you're not going to win many of those. And the more you give them opportunity, like we have, the more likely you are to leave the door open for them, as we all know. So it's not a secret.
No doubt about it. And here, this is a big conversion here. And again, nothing new, same set, quarterback. This time the running back's on the right, but we jump offside.
Yeah.
And you don't think an offside is big. All you have to do is watch the Giants and the Redskins last night. That cost them a ball game.
It sure did. And right here, all they were attempting to do is just get it a little bit closer so they can use this wedge blocking scheme they've got and either give it to that back or let that quarterback follow him up in there and just find a seam. That's all he's looking for.
That's it.
Because now he's close enough that all he needs to do is get a little push out of it. And if you'll watch our defensive linemen, you're going to see them all start from the outside where they're lined up, and they're all going to scrape down hard towards the football.
1.5 yards is all they need
And
after
there
the
it
penalty.
is.
Here comes the quarterback, and he's in for the 2.
Yep.
Nothing fancy there, just power football. 4:29 left to play here in the game. A 16-10 lead now for Mountain Heritage. We will get the football back.
Yep.
And this could be the drive of the night for the Maroon Devils when we get it back.
It sure could. This is going to be an all-out effort right here to get the ball up the field, because 4:29 is not you're not really desperate for time, but it's close, because you don't know if you you're going to have to about go for it on fourth down every time, simply because if they get that ball back, get in that same formation, and just run right at us, they could run the clock out on us. So
absolutely,
this may be our last opportunity right here, getting the football and getting good field position and punching this thing in.
Both teams have 2 timeouts left with 4:29 to play, and as you mentioned, Coach, that's a lot of time, but you still have to be very much aware of clock management right here. And we saw this at Smoky Mountain. I think we managed the clock very well.
We did. Our coaching staff did a great job. Coach Blankenship had it figured, and he knew how much time would be left, when to take a safety.
Right.
You know, and that's a lot of thinking. People don't understand. You're doing a lot of math in your head, really, and a lot of mental gymnastics, as somebody used to call it, trying to figure out just exactly how to get that time off the clock.
Here we go. Colby Capps is going to kick off now. And again, he's a good kickoff guy. And this one is going to be squibbed to the left side. This one's going out of bounds, and the Maroon Devils are going to get it in good field position at the 32-yard line. First down and 10, and no time off the clock, and here comes the offense.
That's what we need. We needed a break in this whole thing right here to get the football, get it and get upfield with it right here.
So now it's all about the offensive line doing their job. That's the first order of business.
Yeah, and right here they're going to have to talk a little bit in transition, these officials are, about exactly where to spot this ball.
Now they're going to spot it at the 35, which is even better.
Well, that's where originally that's what they're supposed to do if it goes out of bounds.
Right.
In that vicinity, beyond at or beyond the 30, they bring it back out to the 35. So you just don't kick it out of bounds all the time on the 20.
So now the Maroon Devils split backs. Got a receiver on each side. We run to the right side.
Outside veer.
5-yard pickup out to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 5 coming up.
Yep. Still running out of that formation with the tight end and the twins to the same side. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Then I didn't look at it real close, but it looked very familiar.
Nice crowd on hand, and I tell you, not many folks leaving tonight, Coach, because this one's going to go right down to the wire.
Now we come out in a more conventional set with the flanker and the split end. Flanker to the tight end side.
Split backs again behind Gabe. This time Gabe keeps it, tries to turn the corner, fights his way for about 2, maybe 3 yards, close to a first down at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be close. It's according to what we get that spot over there by that head linesman over there.
Wow.
It's going to be right on top of it.
I think we have it.
I think we do too.
That's it.
He's motioning, yeah.
I mean, by the nose of the football.
Yeah, we're there. We're there. That's good.
First down now at the 45-yard line, 3:47 and counting. Clock is moving. Our guys have to be aware of the clock now with 2 timeouts left and 55 yards away from the end zone. Non-conference game, of course. Mountain Heritage, a 2A team. Our Maroon Devils in the 1A division. Next week we go out of state. And there's a pass in and out of the hands of Nathan Bogdanovich over here at the 50-yard line. He just couldn't get turned around.
Yeah, he couldn't get spun around fast enough. The ball was thrown right in his bread basket, and he just, when he got turned around there, he couldn't get his hands right to catch that ball. That was a timing route where he was going to throw it whether he was open or not right there. He just had to put that thing on a rail to get it out there to him.
Nathan has caught 2 this year for 51 yards. And again, a very valuable member of the Maroon Devil defense with 11 tackles on the season.
Oh, yeah, he's making a big difference for this team. He wants to get some more catches under his belt, though, for sure.
You said it. So right now, 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Clock stopped at 3:26. Gabe back to throw out of the shotgun. Fires right side, got a man wide open. Cameron Blankenship right at the sticks. First down, Maroon Devils. Boy, they came up quickly on the tackle was Colby Capps, but
he shortened him there. The spot was short. He caught that ball a whole yard and a half to 2 yards ahead of that. That's a bad spot right there.
Oh, no kidding. He caught that inside the 45. They put the ball outside.
They're going to give us a first down anyway. I'm going to shut up.
Which they should.
Yeah, they should. Because from where
he spotted it funny, but they said, I guess it's close enough.
Yeah.
Because they don't measure, seems like, anymore.
No, it's a thing, almost a thing of the past. We're back out in the spread formation again. No tight end, 3 wide outs.
Shotgun set, back to throw. Gabe again. Fires down the left side, too high.
Too tall.
Trying to get it down to Cameron, and Cameron's pretty tall himself at 6'2". But pretty good coverage down here on the left sideline.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. And We need to be able to drive this football. Going to be 2nd and 10 now, and we got to get some forward motion out of this ball.
So now at the 45-yard line of Mountain Heritage, clock stopped after the incomplete pass. Maroon Devils trying to mix it up here and try to keep the defense of Mountain Heritage kind of off balance a little bit. Now they've gone back to that 3-man front, Coach, on defense.
Oh, yeah, that wolf front.
Here they come with
an
a blitz.
Outside backer.
Oh, pass complete on the slant. Short gain.
Yeah.
Up on the tackle was Adam Ledford for Mountain Heritage, but we only got about 2 or 3.
Yeah, I believe that was Cameron again. He hit out there with it. You know what Cameron's nickname used to be?
What's that?
Goat. We called him Goat because when he was little, he'd eat anything. And so we called him a Billy Goat when he was a little fella. I just had to throw that in there just to aggravate him.
I tell you, he is a slim guy.
Yeah.
He takes after his dad, doesn't he?
Yeah. Now we got a tight end.
37.
Flanker.
Gave back to throw. Down the middle of the field. Double
tall.
coverage. No way. As Cooper was there, but again, double coverage. Not much of a shot there.
Yeah. No, not much of a chance. Going to bring up.
Fourth down and 7.
Down. Yeah, 4th and 7. And
got to go for it.
we got to get something out of it right here. And it don't have to be the home run, but we can get something underneath. And Coach McMahon's wanting a timeout. He and Coach Blankenship, and that's a good idea.
No doubt. Fans, stay tuned. We're going to recognize our sponsors again as we have 2:07 to play. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. 2:07 to play. Here's the scenario. We're down by 6, 16-10. We have a 4th down and 7. Basically, we need to convert here to stay alive. Otherwise, Cougars get the ball back. Out of the gun, Gabe Lillard, high snap, pulls it down. Looks left, can't get it there. Here's pressure. Now looks right. Plenty of time, fires in traffic. Oh, did we catch it?
We caught the football.
Cameron Blankenship's got it at the 30, first down.
The Goat. Ayers, good luck. I called him Goat.
Wow.
So
in double coverage.
In double coverage, he went to the ground and caught that football. Folks, that's a spectacular catch.
Wow, I didn't think he caught it.
Yeah,
it was on the ground.
I couldn't see from all the way over, but he was tearing up the ground to get there, and he went down there and got that football.
And the official was right on top of the play. So
he saw it.
It was good. So that was a big first down. Inside the 30 at the 29, 1st and 10. Gabe back to throw, pump fake. Yep. Now he has pressure. Now he rolls right. He's going to look and still running. Now he falls down, and a penalty flag is down. But I think it's going to be a holding call anyway.
Yeah, I believe that's what happened back here. It looked like the running back there Carson might have got a hand around somebody trying to keep him from pursuing after him there.
Yeah. And when a quarterback runs around that long, no criticism of the quarterback, but somebody's going to hold.
It's going to happen, and you got to make sure you don't have linemen downfield and all that kind of stuff, because when a quarterback starts running around, folks start blocking for him. And you end up grabbing a hold of people and everything else when you didn't even mean to.
Oh, that's a huge penalty. Now the football comes back to the 46-yard line.
Because it's from the spot of the foul. And, we got –
Wow. Now that's going to bring up first down at about 26.
Yeah.
As they say, holy moly.
Yeah, it's a long way. But we're at the point of the ball game. It's a minute and 22 seconds. We've got to do something with the football here quick.
We have one timeout left, 1:22 to play, and we've got to go about 26, almost 27 yards to the 19-yard line to get a first down.
Yeah, we tried to run what was referred to as a wheel route over here that last time, and they were playing a great zone coverage on us over here, and they bracketed us underneath. Nobody bit on that inside move, and they stayed in their zones, and that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, got two deep coverage here. 3 men up front on the defensive line.
Yep.
That wolf front, as you mentioned, and again.
Yeah, they're trying to change the time. 1:37 on the clock. Okay, yeah, they went back to 1:37 on the clock. Clock had run too long there, so we're back to 1:37 on the clock.
And they're dropping 8.
Yeah.
Gabe firing down the sideline in traffic. Pass going to be incomplete, intended for Josh Collins. But again, there are too many green helmets out there.
Yeah, all over. And they're doing a good job dropping into coverage. They're rushing 3.
Dropping 8.
Dropping those 8. And, I mean, the linebackers have got the middle of the field and everything 10 to 15 yards covered, and that leaves 4 secondary players just to play deep zones.
So now 1:28 on the clock. It stops momentarily, 16-10. Mountain Heritage up in the lead, and the Maroon Devils second down and long.
We used to refer to this coverage as quarters coverage because you actually quarter up the field, and that's how you defend it.
Here comes a blitz. Gabe back to throw. He's going to have pressure this time. He's going to run it. No passing on this play, and he's going to be dropped at the 42-yard line. The clock will continue to run, and we're going to see a timeout used right here.
Yeah, I'd probably have to use the last timeout right here and just see what we could do in 2 plays here.
That's exactly it, Coach. 1:21 to play, 16-10. Mountain Heritage in the lead. And I believe that might be our last timeout. That clock still shows 1, but I hope we have 1 left, but I'm not sure we do.
I hope we got 2 or 3 we can steal or do something with it.
No doubt. And again, big non-conference game. Good competition here between both teams. 2 programs with a lot of good football tradition.
Yeah, and it's been a it's one of those things that picking up the ball game, you stand a chance of winning, you stand a chance of losing when you pick up a game like this. But it was just real good that Coach Blankenship and Coach Robinson could get together on this thing and have this ball game tonight when both teams sorely need to be playing.
That's right. And, again, it's a home game. That helps the gate. And as we mentioned, we have never played Mountain Heritage in football.
No,
this is a first.
This is our first time around with them, and it's it's been one of these things that there's no rivalry there, no tradition. It's just 2 mountain football teams lining up and going at each other.
That's it. Just wanting to play football because I think that's the only way you get better. You can only do so much in practice,
exactly.
as you know.
And it wears your kids out when you just practice. You got to get on the field and play.
Here we go, 3rd down and long. Gabe wants to throw. He has all night back there, and he's going to throw it deep, and it's going to be short. Cooper is there. Had a shot at it at the goal line into double coverage, but I think Cooper might have got a hand on it.
He did. I think the defender put one paw on it, and it went right between Cooper's hands.
So now it's going to bring up the ball game, 4th down and long. And obviously we have to have a similar type play. Got to get it inside the 19 to stay alive.
Just to stay alive, we got to get it inside the 19. It doesn't necessarily have to be an end zone shot, but that's what they're looking for.
Great coverage or great protection for Gabe Lillard. He had plenty of time, but when you're dropping 8, they did blitz 1, so they were dropping 7.
Right.
But when you've only got probably 3 to 4 receivers against 7 defenders.
Going to run a blitz this time, running 2 outside, the outside linebacker and the middle linebacker.
There's Cooper in the middle, and he's got the first down. Cooper Hyatt at the 18-yard line.
He just got that first down. Yes, sir.
What a catch and what a huge play.
He reached it. That's beautiful. I wish we did have instant replay. That was beautiful. He turned his hands backwards and caught it just exactly the way you teach him to catch that ball downfield.
And he got popped when he did.
He did. He got hit and hung on.
Now 1st down and 10 for the Maroon Devils at the 18-yard line. That was a game-saving play.
All right.
Now we're going to
kill the clock.
Going to spike it.
Yep. And now we can get a play call.
We have no timeouts left.
Right. No timeouts. We've got a minute left. Minute 1 second to score.
So we got to go about 18 yards here. A touchdown would tie it. And then that all-important conversion. But first things first, we got to get the ball in the end zone.
That's right. That's exactly right. And that's what we're shooting for right here. That was an unbelievable play.
I mean, that was, without that catch, game over.
It just goes to show you what kind of temperament and character. We always talk about a team's personality. Right now, what you're seeing is a lot of gutsy plays being made. Turnovers are killing us, but we got people out there trying their best to make plays.
That's it. We're still fighting.
Still fighting. I love it.
Gabe back to throw. He stops. He's in trouble. He's going to be knocked down for a loss on the play at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, now we got to get up and get this play called because
That's it. Clock running.
Yeah.
And their defensive linemen are slow getting up.
Yeah, it's going to be third down. Yeah.
Third down, and we're going to need about 16. Obviously, 38 seconds and counting. We can't stop the clock. Yeah. We can't stop the clock.
No, run the play.
Got to call the play at the line of scrimmage, and we're taking a lot of time.
Yeah,
Clock under 30 seconds and counting. Now we get lined up, ready to go. Gabe back to throw again. Fires right side, throws behind his receiver, though. It's going to be incomplete. Now we're back in that fourth down and got to have it situation with 21 seconds.
Yeah, we kind of pinned ourselves right there with that.
Yeah, we did. I'm not sure everybody was clicking on all cylinders on that play.
Yeah, they started out with an entire the players assumed that we were going to kill the clock again, which would have brought up fourth down.
Now Gabe's got a cramp, so they're going to have to try to stretch him out a little bit.
Yeah.
And no, this is not something to stop the clock because the clock was already stopped people on the incomplete pass.
Yeah.
It's not that. Because I think sometimes that happens in a football game.
Yeah.
And people fake an injury to stop the clock, which, hey, strategy.
It's as old as time, I'm telling you. And if you don't work on it, you're the only people that don't work on it. You tell certain players that will do it. You don't tell the whole team what you're doing. You just tell certain players, don't do this, don't. And when I tell you to, drop like you've been shot, and they will, and then the clock will stop. And
there you go. It's like flopping in basketball. Sometimes it happens.
Exactly. And in the 2004 state championship game, we were going out there to fake a punt. And I'd already told our center many times in practice, you look at me before you snap that football every time. Well, I noticed they realized we were probably going to fake this thing. They didn't put anybody back deep. And when he looked up to look at me, I made a symbol of slashing my throat.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't snap the football because he'd been told not to. He's the only player out there that knew what was going on. And those kids thought he had lost his ever-loving mind when he didn't snap it so they could fake it. But that was
big.
That was big.
Here's Gabe on fourth down. Big play of the game, and he's going to be sacked, and this game's over.
Yeah.
Maroon Devils got sacked back at the 38-yard line, could not convert this time on fourth down. And it's Mountain Heritage football, and all they have to do is snap it, take a knee, and leave town with a 16-10 win.
Yeah, and it's a heartbreaker.
Yes, it is.
That is a heartbreaker. That's a pill that's pretty hard to swallow right there. And us being when you're ahead first half of the ball game, and then it gets away from you in the second half.
And again, we talked about this. We had, I think, 3 turnovers tonight, and they that last one that they took in really hurt.
Oh yeah, that was the straw, so to speak, because them shifting and changing their formation back to that fundamental part of their offense was a very smart move on Coach Robinson's part, because it just literally gave that quarterback way too many opportunities to run with the football. They didn't intend on throwing it anymore. They were going to either win or lose the football game running the football out of that formation, and that's what they did.
Yeah, and he is their best runner.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, he's flashy. He knows when to turn it up and just exactly where those seams are when they do that zone blocking and that trap blocking.
We're talking about Gabe Silvers, the quarterback for Mountain Heritage, and as we mentioned, now all they have to do is snap the football, hit a knee, and there is no timeout. And this game is over, and that's what they do. And Mountain Heritage will get out of here with a 16-10 win. Coach, coming in, we knew this was going to be a close, tight football game between 2 solid teams, and we saw some good play.
Yeah, we did. We saw two teams fight each other hard. Again, we hate that the turnover bug bit us again tonight, but there again, that's something that'll have to be corrected down the road if we expect to get a whole lot more out of this season than what these last 2 ball games. We've played hard. We've played a lot of intensity. We've got players out there just killing themselves trying to make big plays and make things happen. But it's hard to overcome things when you keep giving people this type of offense, ball control offense, you give them that football.
And they did. Talking about some of the post-game stats here, our Maroon Devils actually had more total yardage. Of course, we had a lot more plays. We had 54 plays, 295 yards. Mountain Heritage, 40 plays, 245 yards. They had one turnover. We picked off one of their passes, but you look down here, and this is really, really big right here. We had 4 fumbles. We lost 3. That's a big stat.
Yeah, that's really a backbreaker for us. And like I said, it's something that's going to have to be addressed one way or the other.
And now coming up next week to give our folks just a little bit of a flavor of what they're looking at if they want to go on the road with our Maroon Devils, we go over and play in Seymour, Tennessee. The Kings Academy Lions, that's at 202 Smothers Road in Seymour, Tennessee. They wear white, purple, and gold. They're a private college prep school, kind of a high dollar school, if you will, a Christian school. 480 students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade. Now, if you go across 441 and don't run into traffic issues, it's going to take you just under 2 hours. If you go around I-40 through the Tennessee and Pigeon River Gorge, going to take you about 2 hours and 15 to 20 minutes. So give yourself some travel time. We hope you will travel with us if COVID allows both teams to keep everybody healthy.
Exactly, and that's the only hope we can have right now is that that we'll even have. I mean, you know, it sounds bad, but we'll even have a ball game next Friday night.
You're exactly right, and I know Coach Burrell's looking at all those possibilities because they may say no, we don't allow that. So that's always a possibility as well. But hopefully we'll be there, and if not, we'll be back in 2 weeks at Robbinsville to take on some folks we're very familiar with.
Oh yeah. We these kids nowadays know each other by name through social media and know a whole lot about each other, a lot more than they used to, and so it'll be something. It'll be interesting over the next 2 weeks.
Oh, no doubt. Now, Coach, we've talked about this a little bit tomorrow. There's going to be a big cross-country meet tomorrow at Katua Field up at Ferguson Field in Governor's Island. Starting about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, cross-country meet with middle school and varsity boys and girls. Several schools are going to be there. We hope the weather is good. It looks like it's going to be okay, and we wish our cross-country teams the best.
Oh, yeah. That'll be an interesting event if folks want to get out and go see something special done on a Saturday morning, then that'd be the thing to go do.
Hey, no doubt about it. Fans, thanks for joining us. We appreciate Joe Holt, Emma Dingle, Kent Maxey up top doing all the camera work and keeping us live and in living color. Until then, join us next time here on the Maroon Devils Network.